Now after 6 months, we are at 1.2 million in gross profit.
The gross was, at the time, was about 10 million. This year we're going to be, we're in target to do 13.3.
Before Grant in June 2015, I was making zero. Last year we did 5 million.
We ended the year last year at 14.5 million. We're now on track to finish at 20 million for the year.
$2.7 million for years, and now this year we're projected to be at $3.8 million.
We've went from pre-revenue all the way to right about $500,000 to $800,000 in revenue a year. So
we've gone from a business that was doing $1 million 7 years ago to now doing $15 million a year.
I went from $0. It's been 9 months now since I started this. 9 months only, and I've generated $200,000 in revenue.
Before meeting Grant, we had did about $2.5 million in revenue. Now we're about, this year we're about to hit $4.5 million in revenue.
Before Grant, we were only doing maybe about $100,000 a year. After Grant, after making all the changes that we have made over the years, we will hit $3 million next year.
You know, from a revenue standpoint, when I first started, it was just me, and we just did 4.8 million last month.
Okay, so a year ago, my revenue was about maybe 100,000 a year. Now I'm netting about 800,000.
We've already doubled the revenue that we did last year, and we're on track to do $1 million at the end of this year.
We've grown now from 1 million in revenue to we'll do about 2.5 million this year in revenue.
In the year since adding Cardone, we were able to do 1.8, 1.9, 2.2, and as of this year, we're aiming to cross $2.6 million in revenue.
In the first 6 months of business, we've done roughly $3 million. We're on track to doing over 4 mil for the first year.
Last year we did roughly around 3 million. We're on track this year for 11 million in gross revenue.
Yeah, so I mean, I think for me, you know, we started even under 6 figures, and we've now surpassed 7 figures in the last 3 years consecutively.
We were in the negative. Now after 6 months, we are at 1.2 million in gross profit.
The gross was, at the time, was about 10 million. This year we're going to be, we're in target to do 13.3.
Before Grant in June 2015, I was making zero. Last year we did 5 million.
We ended the year last year at 14.5 million. We're now on track to finish at 20 million for the year.
$2.7 million for years, and now this year we're projected to be at $3.8 million.
We've went from pre-revenue all the way to right about $500,000 to $800,000 in revenue a year. So
we've gone from a business that was doing $1 million 7 years ago to now doing $15 million a year.
I went from $0. It's been 9 months now since I started this. 9 months only, and I've generated $200,000 in revenue.
Before meeting Grant, we had did about $2.5 million in revenue. Now we're about, this year we're about to hit $4.5 million in revenue.
Before Grant, we were only doing maybe about $100,000 a year. After Grant, after making all the changes that we have made over the years, we will hit $3 million next year.
You know, from a revenue standpoint, when I first started, it was just me, and we just did 4.8 million last month.
Okay, so a year ago, my revenue was about maybe 100,000 a year. Now I'm netting about 800,000.
We've already doubled the revenue that we did last year, and we're on track to do $1 million at the end of this year.
We've grown now from 1 million in revenue to we'll do about 2.5 million this year in revenue.
In the year since adding Cardone, we were able to do 1.8, 1.9, 2.2, and as of this year, we're aiming to cross $2.6 million in revenue.
In the first 6 months of business, we've done roughly $3 million. We're on track to doing over 4 mil for the first year.
Last year we did roughly around 3 million. We're on track this year for 11 million in gross revenue.
Yeah, so I mean, I think for me, you know, we started even under 6 figures, and we've now surpassed 7 figures in the last 3 years consecutively.
We were in the negative. Now after 6 months, we are at 1.2 million in gross profit.
The gross was, at the time, was about 10 million. This year we're going to be, we're in target to do 13.3.
Before Grant in June 2015, I was making zero. Last year we did 5 million.
We ended the year last year at 14.5 million. We're now on track to finish at 20 million for the year.
$2.7 million for years, and now this year we're projected to be at $3.8 million.
We've went from pre-revenue all the way to right about $500,000 to $800,000 in revenue a year. So
we've gone from a business that was doing $1 million 7 years ago.
Hey, welcome, Grant Cardone here, and I'm going to be sharing with you today. So excited, by the way, here in California to share with you our 7-step revenue. I was supposed to be in Miami to do this. We moved our whole team out here because for the next 2 months, I'm going to be spending time going up and down the state, doing rallies to hopefully get the people in the state of California to 10x the state of California and get it back on track. These fires have been devastating and probably interrupted a lot of people's, well, I mean, I know it did. 18,000 homes have been destroyed. Thousands of businesses have been either destroyed or interrupted. Tens of thousands of more people will be out of jobs, out of work. Landscapers and contractors and plumbers for the next, unfortunately, 2 or 3 years will probably be out of work until they get this place in order. So I'm over here in California today. We're at a hotel. I'm coming to you to share with you the importance of using 7 steps to create $1 million of revenue. Okay, now you're like, okay, how can you promise that? I can promise you, if you don't follow the 7 steps, you're not going to get where you need to be. I can also promise you the $1 million is actually very, very easy to do. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking $1 million is not easy to get. Whether you want to go from 0 to $1 million, or $1 million to $2 million, or $2 million to $3 million, or you want to just simply add another $1 million to whatever you're doing right now, I'm going to show you how to do that with the business that you have, with the name that you have, with the credit or no credit that you have, with the money or no money that you have, no matter what the situation is. I'm going to share with you 7 steps, a formula that sooner or later you will learn, whether you're an individual, maybe you're a salesperson, or you're a personal assistant, or you're a startup. Regardless of who you are, what you do, you want to write a book, you have this great idea for a product launch, you want to do stuff at home, you got 2 kids, you want to homeschool them and do it using AI. There are millions of ways to produce another $1 million, but you have to have these 7 steps. Now, my name's Grant Cardone. If you don't know who I am, maybe this is the first time you've ever joined me for anything. If this is the first time you've ever joined one of our live trainings, just put first in the chat, and I'll see how many people. Just do this for everybody. Where are you today? Okay, where are you today? Let's just do this in the chat. Where are you today? I'm in Pelican Hill, Irvine, California. And what are you hoping to accomplish today? What is it you want to get out of this training?
Clearwater, Vegas, New Jersey, Foothills Ranch, Tulsa,
You have a mic on?
Nashville.
Does he have a mic on?
No.
Okay. So let's see. I need to see the chat up here, please, so I can see it. Where are people coming in from, Jared?
Ormond Beach, South Carolina, Virginia Beach, Huntsville, Texas, Croatia, Montreal, Portugal, Serbia, Conroe, New Mexico, Arizona, San Diego, Scottsdale, Connecticut, Cairo.
There you go, all over the world. Now, what are you trying to accomplish? What is it you want to accomplish? You're from Cairo or Carlsbad or Irvine or LA, or you're in Phoenix, Arizona, you're in Lake Charles, Louisiana. What is it you want to accomplish today? What is it you're hoping to get out of this? Like, if you could pick 1 or 2 things, you're like, I need this piece of data. Now, the reason that's important is because intention, what you want to get out of something. When I was 25 years old, I wanted to learn how to become a salesperson. Okay, and so I knew every day with intention I was looking to become a better salesperson. By the time I was 35 years old, I was looking to become a better marketer. What is it you want to get out of today? By the time I was 45 years old, I wanted to learn how to scale my businesses so I didn't have to do everything. At 48 years old, I was looking to learn how to invest money so that I could actually get my money to start working for me. Now, what's happened for me is I remember making $3,000, and my goal was to go to $4,000. That was my simple goal. I was 25 years old. I was broke. I had no direction, no guidance, but I had a dream, man. I had a dream. My dream was I want to get some money. Okay? So I want you guys to put, what is it? I don't know what your dream is. My dream at that time, and my dreams have changed over time, was I want to get some money. And I remember going from the first $3,000 to the $4,000, and it was so empowering. It was so powerful for me. Okay?
You want to hear from some of these people?
Yeah, I'd love to hear what people are saying.
So,
This is Jared Glant. Jared's with me today. You can't see him on. You can't see. He'll pop over here. We got a lot going on over here. We're coming over here to California. You can see my 10X California gear. We're going to go up and down the state. In addition to, there's going to be 75. How many people registered for this?
75,000.
75,000 people registered for this free training, and rather than me canceling it, we figured out how to bring the team out here and put this together in this room so you guys could be here. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Let's get to some of those intentions.
So Martin says wants to learn how to make money work for me. Ann says training on how to start up a business. Bonnie is learning how to market myself to make 200 grand. Costa in the process of buying a business who already does $1 million in sales and wants to double it to 2 million. Andre, grow real estate business and set myself up for retirement. iPhone Dallas, want to be better at not being broke. Michelle, how to scale our 15-year-old business and attract great talent. Awesome. Get our construction business off the ground. Improve sales, improve leads. Dara in LA wants to learn how to make my business profitable. Bill, start a real estate business.
Okay, so what we're hearing right here is what? We got people that want to learn how to invest their money so it can scale. I'm going to show you that today. People that want startups. There's 3 or 4 of you that Jared read that are starting up something. You want to start up as quick as possible, get to $1 million as fast as you possibly can. Somebody wanted to double their sales, retirement, plan for retirement. Look, if your business doesn't grow, your retirement doesn't grow. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. Sales, marketing, sales again, leads, marketing again, leadership. That's what we're talking about today. How can you get in a game no matter where you are today? By the way, I'm always at 0, okay? What you want to do is get a big notepad today, folks, and take notes. Most of what Jared's got this great saying that he heard about, it's not what you read, okay, that's going to change your life. It's what...
Yeah, no, a professor just said if you want to pass the class, read the book.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to apply what you need to learn in business, listen to the lectures.
Yeah, so there's not a book to read today, and there's some things I'm going to get through, but there's some things kind of off the cuff that I'm going to share with you, like this piece of information right now, that are going to be more vital to you than even the specific things I share with you, okay? And that is this, okay? I'm always at 0. I'm always at 0. And a lot of people wonder, dude, how do you stay motivated? I did 3 podcasts yesterday, 3 interviews yesterday right here in California. And people, all 3 of them said, bro, how do you stay motivated? You have everything somebody would want and you're still hustling. You're going to run up and down the state on a Saturday afternoon at my expense trying to activate people. What motivates you to do this crazy stuff? You already got a great life. Now remember, when I was 25 years old, I wanted to simply go from $3,000 to $4,000 a month. That was my goal. I need another $1,000. Okay, the most important money I've ever made in my life was that $1,000 right there. And you're like, well, why was that so significant? Because it showed me I could control my income. It was the first time in my life that I learned I can control my income. I also learned money is not scarce. When you can go from $3,000 to $4,000, okay, don't celebrate the $1,000, celebrate the increase. Okay? See, most people go from $3,000 to $4,000 and they just spend the money. I didn't do that. What it gave me was, it showed me if I can go from 3 to 4, I can go from 4 to 6. And if I can go from 4 to 6, I can go from 6 to 10. And if I can get to 10, I can go to 100. And if I can get to 100, I can go to 1,000,000. And if I can do 1,000,000 once, I can do 1,000,000 100 times. I was 31 years old, had my first $1 million. When I got that $1 million, I was not happy. I was like, I can do this 100 times. Then I made a $5 million score. I'll go through all this today in the formula, okay? I'm getting your head ready. This has got to be ready first. I remember when I made $5 million on one deal, and I said to myself, if I can do this 20 times, I didn't celebrate the 5. If I can do this 20 times, I can have 100 million. I made $26 million on one transaction, and I said, if I can do this 10 times, That's $250 million, okay? Well, this is what's happened. Remember the first $1,000, and I'm not bragging, I'm merely sharing this with you so that I become an example of inspiration, because I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. This is the stool, dude. Oh my God. Hold on a second. Let me show you how stupid America is, okay? And maybe it's just the people in California. I asked for them to bring me a stool to sit on, and this is what they brought me. Okay, this is hilarious, dude. Okay, let me just write on here, not 10x. Okay, all right, that is so funny. Like,
It's a bar stool. We need to get a bar stool.
Yeah,
I'll have her call.
Show Sabrina that. That's my daughter who did that. Show her.
Can you mute me?
Let her handle it. No, let Sabrina handle it. Okay. Okay. So Sabrina is my daughter. We homeschool our kids, so they travel with us all over the country. This $3,000 to $4,000. This is 25 years old. I'm broke. I have a sales job I hated. Maybe you have a job right now that you hate. Okay. I'm stuck. I cannot figure out how to make more money. I have no mentorship, no guidance. There's nothing to grab. There's nobody that's going to help me. I have no connections. My dad died when I was 10 years old. My mom can't help me because she had her hands full. And my brother's gone off. I just had nothing, okay? I had a crummy job in sales. And I'm like, how do I increase, okay? First thing I did was made a commitment to the increase. And then this is what happened over the last few years. Last year, we did $750 million in revenue. Same guy, by the way. I'm same guy today that I was 41 years ago. Same guy, I'm telling you. I still have a broken English. I don't have a great vocabulary. I say it like it is. I do almost whatever I want. I have a lot of fun. The stool comes in here. I'm going to embarrass somebody about it. Like, that's who I am. I'm the same guy. The only difference is there's a whole bunch of zeros here that weren't there 41 years ago, okay? Now, what I had to do, and I had to have intention. You need intention to understand what it is you want to accomplish, okay? What is it you want to accomplish today and every day, right? What is it you want to get done? What is it you want to get today? Okay, second thing is then once we figure that out, once you have your intention and you're looking for the red car. It's a red car phenomenon, right? If you're looking for a red truck, long wheelbase, F-250 with big giant wheels, you're gonna see it. But if you're not looking, you have no intention, you just see cars and trucks everywhere. But I promise you, if you're looking for a red whatever, you will see a red whatever, okay? Same thing with money, okay? It comes with intention. Now, once the intention's there, you're gonna have to figure out some kind of heart. You gotta get the heart involved. Also gotta get the mind involved. Like, hey man, I'm getting this no matter what, okay? Now, I have developed this heart, this commitment, and worked on my mind for 40 years to make sure that when I put my intention on a target, no matter what happens, okay, I'm going to involve my heart and my mind, and nothing is going to stop me from taking the actions necessary. Actions, not action. If you read the book, The 10X Rule, it's an international bestseller. The 10X Rule never used the word action. Ever in that book. That book, the word action's in there thousands of times, but it's never action, it's actions, because there's no one thing that'll get you where you're trying to go, okay? So let's talk about what your intentions are today, okay? What is your target? What is your target? What is it you want to accomplish? I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a target I had for everybody when they came in here. 75,000 people. I want to show 75,000 people how to get $1 million as fast as possible. That would be my target for you. Either the first million, the next million, another million. If you're already making 20 million, dude, like I'd tell you right now, let's just add a zero and let's skip to the good stuff. Where life gets really cool, okay? Where you're making 200 million a year, not 20. And if you're making 2 million a year right now, pat yourself on the back, that's great. But let's face it, after taxes, if you take $2 million and you live in California, you end up with about $1 million after taxes. And if you have a big fire that comes through here, and wipes out everything, you're broke again. There's 14,000 people right now. I just got off the phone with a guy in Malibu. He's literally my next door neighbor, and he said the person next to him will not be able to rebuild because they don't have money and they don't have insurance. They've been living in one of the greatest locations on planet Earth. And one event wiped out not 10 years. They've been there 45 years. Okay? They had this one asset that they thought would be there forever for them. They got wiped out by chance because of a fire that started in the Palisades.
Maybe we should ask everybody, based on what you know right now, your current skill set, your current knowledge, if you needed to make $1 million, how long do you think it would take you to do it?
Yeah, good. I like that. Put it in the chat. How long do you think it would take you to make $1 million in new revenue? Because time and money, do you have video on that?
No.
Yeah. Time and money are connected. Okay? Okay, let's see what people are saying here. 10 years. 10. You want to read those? I can't see them.
Yep. 8 months.
Can you get the
10
chat
years,
up here? Pop
12 months.
Or no?
6 months, 3 years, 5 to 6 years, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 10 years, lifetime, 8 years, 6 months, 8 months, 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, 9 years, 1 month, 1 year.
Okay, good. So there we are. Everybody agrees they can get to $1 million, right? Sounds like you guys all you agree. Like you could work at McDonald's, okay? Part of this is math, by the way. This is simple math. It sounds like everybody agrees they can get $1 million. The question then is not if you get $1 million, but when. When do you get the $1 million? If you work at McDonald's, what does somebody at McDonald's make?
Probably $12-15 an hour.
So 40 hours a week, $15, that's $600, $2,400, that's $30,000 a year. You're making 30 grand a year. It's going to take you 33 years to get to $1 million, okay? So by the time you get there, okay, the problem was the time, not the money. Everybody becomes a millionaire in their lifetime. Everybody makes $1 million in their lifetime. I mean, unless you're just not in the marketplace working, okay? But if any of you saw a show called Undercover Billionaire, my job was to build a $1 million business in 90 days, and I only had $100 to start. That would be 1,000x, by the way. I had $100. I could not use my name. I'd never been to the town they dropped me off in. I had an old truck. I could not use my telephone or my connections. I couldn't call my buddies. And I had to build $1 million business in 90 days, okay? Now, I took the job, the challenge, because I knew for sure I could do this. And I actually had a meeting in Los Angeles, not far from where I'm at right now. I flew in, met with the team there at Discovery Channel, and the lady said to me, she was interviewing me for this show, and said, what makes you think you can do this? I said, dude, I guarantee you I can do this. In fact, I'm not going to do $1 million. I'm going to do $10 million, and I don't need the 90 days. I can probably do it in 60 days. And by the way, your $100, you can keep it. I don't need it. She looked at me, she says, are you playing with me right now? I said, no, I'm not playing with you. How are you so confident? Nancy Daniels says. How are you so confident you can do this? I said, because I have the 7 steps. And she's like, what are the 7 steps? I said, I'm not telling you. I'm going to tell the people that follow me. Okay, I'm going to tell the people that join me for the 7-step formula. So give yourselves a big hand because this is a true story. Okay, I'm going to show you. And by the way, I didn't hit my target. Just so you know, side note, if you're taking notes, you don't need to hit your target. You're never going to hit them anyway. I never hit my targets. I never, ever hit my targets, but I 10x all my targets. You want to just show them this clip, Johnny, or are you showing it right now?
Watching it right now.
Yeah. How do they watch that and watch me?
Yeah, no, it's
This is what they're seeing right here.
Okay, got it.
But I have it on your audio. Do you want them to hear it?
Yeah, let them hear it.
All right, 1 second. I'm going to cut to it really quickly.
This was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I wish I had that jacket. Somebody stole it from me. Is it playing, Johnny? It's all right. If it's not playing, Johnny, let's move on.
1, 2, 3.
Is the American dream still alive? My name's Grant Cardone, and I took on a challenge to build $1 million business in 90 days in a small town in Colorado during COVID.
Your COVID test came back positive.
Without using my name, without using a credit card, and without using any of my contacts.
This is anxiety right here. This is suicide mission.
With only $100, an old truck, and a cell phone, I got to build $1 million business in a town I've never been to.
It's hard when you got money. It's impossible when you don't.
Marketing is about getting attention.
Come on in, folks. Come on in. Come on in. Right here. Come on in.
Look, I've been in 50,000 meetings in my career. Hey, you want the sale? You got to shake them up.
All right. I don't know who that guy is. Okay, so look, what happened in this is I set a target 10 times bigger, part of the strategy, by the way. Take a target, 10x it, set a target bigger, and then you do math. I'm going to show you that today. The math was, I'm going to build a $10 million business in 60 days, okay? Like, success is a formula, folks. I just want you to know that. It is not happenstance. It is a formula. There is a specific A, B, C, D, E, F, G to success. It is not luck. It's not about connections. I mean, those things help, and they will happen. You're going to have luck and bad luck. Good luck and bad luck. And you're going to have connections that help you. And by the way, you're going to have connections that actually hurt you. It's part of the game, okay? The thing is, most people are getting hit with good luck, bad luck. They're not basically seizing the good luck. Stay with me, Jared. They're not seizing the good luck and taking advantage of it. They're going to have connections or maybe no connections. You're like, I'm not connected. I'm in the wrong neighborhood. I don't know anybody. Guess what? That's part of the job, is to change your connections. How can you start getting connected with the right people so you have the right mindset, the right heart? You know, when my heart empties out and my head goes negative, I need to be surrounded by people who have more heart than me. Many of you right now just simply doing what I did when I was 23, 24, and 25 years old. I was surrounded by a bunch of deadbeats. I was surrounded by a bunch of sick people. They were all sick. People using drugs, people wasting time, people with no intentions, people with no destination, people that were lost, people that they'd work 40 hours a week bitching about how little money they were paid, and then on Friday night they'd go waste it all in the club.
Did you tell them what you finished at?
Yeah, so I ended up finishing this. I didn't hit my 10 million, by the way. Also, 10 days into it, got shut down because of COVID. And I ended up finishing this business even during COVID at $5.5 million. I did take I needed the full 88 days. I did 88 days, not 90, but pretty good, right? Not bad. $5.5 million business in 90 days. Would you do that? Could you do that? Would you know how to do that? Would you have the courage to do that? If I drop you off in a city, town, a village, anywhere in America, or wherever you live today, you're in Dubai, you're in Detroit, you're in San Francisco, or you're in the Palisades right now. Okay? Something is going to happen while you're on this adventure, this target, this goal that you're going to get. Okay? You're here today because most of you guys are ambitious and you want a better life. You can make sense of the life you have, or you can say, hey, I'm going to go play this game right here. Play the game you're playing right now, same game, or play a new game with new goals. I'm going to show you, if you're going to take on the new game thing, I'm going to show you how this works, okay? Now remember this, what is that? I can't really see it. All successful actions, okay? All successful activities require, you can see it. Okay, all successful, it doesn't matter anymore, bro. It doesn't matter anymore. All successful activities require a formula. You need a formula. So you want to write this down. I got to find my formula. Let me ask you this. Do you have a formula right now? If you do, write it down. Okay? Okay? Let me know what your formula is in the chat. If you have a formula. If you don't have a formula, just put no formula. And that might be the first thing that we need to realize, okay? No formula. Let's see. No formula, no formula, no formula. If you have one, write it down, by the way. Hey, you guys that have a formula, a specific 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I want you to write down what your formula is. Dude, this is the problem, okay? How many of you have a commitment to success? You're like, I'm committed. If you're committed, put yes, 100%, 10x, I'm committed, okay? Let's see who's committed. Work, work, work. Oh, that's the formula, okay? Look at all the people that are committed. So you're committed. We got to get the right thing here, okay? First of all, you got to have the heart. Remember this? Got to have the intention, got to have the heart, got to have the mind, got to have the actions, and you got to have a strategy. You don't have a strategy, bang, it ain't happening. Okay, but you don't need a strategy if you don't have the intention. That's the intention. I'm going to be worth $10 million or 100 or a billion. You pick your number, I will help you get it. Okay, I have done all this. Every number that I'm going to share with you today, I have done, okay? I'm not going to share with you $10 billion in net worth because I haven't done that, but I've done $1 billion. So anything up to what I've done, I can share with you how to do it. And I'm going to share with you my mistakes, the successful actions, the things that hit me that I didn't know. I'll share all that with you and the formula, okay? You guys can dream as big as you want to. You want to make another 50 grand a year? Fine. That's easy. No problem. You want to make another 50 grand a month? Easy. No problem. I'm telling you. You want to leave your job that you have right now and you want to start a new company? Easy. No problem. I can show you how to do it. And more importantly, I can show you how to make sure it's successful. You're 25 or you're 55. It don't matter. You could be 81 years old. Listen to me. Well, I can't say that. You could be 66 years old and start over like I am right now and do this. I made all my money in the last 12 years. I didn't make it in the first 50 years. I didn't know what I was doing. I made it in the last 12 years. Literally at 51 years old, I was almost broke. I was 51, 52 years old. I had no social media. Social media wasn't even a thing. We couldn't even do what I'm doing today could not be done 10 years ago, not even 7 years ago. 6 years ago, I couldn't do this. Okay, what we're doing right now. I had no social media following. I had no books, no name. No one knew me. I had, I don't know, maybe $3 or $4 million put away, savings that was getting deteriorated every day that could have been lost in one massive emergency that did happen in 2008. And yeah, I had a little bit of success, okay, but I didn't have anything near to what we're doing today. Okay, I couldn't even imagine that I would speak at a rally for the President of the United States, or that somebody from Washington would consider that I could come to California and actually activate change, okay? Never imagined that I'd have 34,000 people in a stadium for 3 days that would pay to come listen to me, or that I would end up consulting Fortune 100 companies. Dude, I was 25 years old and couldn't figure out how to make $1,000 more than I'd been making. $1,000 is only $250 a week. It's 30 extra dollars. No, it's what? $250 a week divided by
$50 a day.
$50 a day?
$50 a day is $250 a week.
Yeah, it's an extra $50 a day, and I couldn't figure out how to make $50 a day. Okay, part of this is math. I've said that twice now. This is math. This is so simple, okay? For instance, you might be thinking $1 million is a lot of money. Boy, that's noisy, huh? That's got to be noisy, okay? But what you want to do with the $1 million is you want to break it down. All targets have to be broken down because most targets that you have, okay, they're hard to achieve because you never break it down. It looks too big. So what people do is because the target looks too big, what they do is the natural inclination is to, I'm going to make the goal smaller. I'm going to make the goal smaller so it'll be easier to achieve. But the truth is, when you make the goal smaller, you lose your heart. Okay? Because what does it matter? It doesn't change anything. See, when the target's not big enough, okay, you lose your heart, then the mind is no longer engaged because the mind and the heart are connected, right? So I'm like, if it's not big enough to keep my heart engaged, my mind won't work to solve the problem. And this is what everybody does. This is what I'm going to tell you why the mistakes that you're making. See, first of all, when you look at success, I'm going to show you a wheel right here that we teach our more advanced partners when we're going into their companies and we become a partner with them or foundation their company and we start working with them as founders and partners. Maybe we're considering investing money with them. We have many companies that we do this with, by the way. We took a company, for instance, 4 years ago that was doing about 200 grand a month in revenue. Losing money, by the way. Losing money. They were going bankrupt. They had no clue what they were doing. We loved the product, okay, and we thought we could extend the product line. This guy had 1 or 2 products, and he was doing a decent job out there pitching and marketing them, but he did not know all the other things about running a business, the marketing, the sales, the execution, the organization, the scaling, bringing on good people, how to actually duplicate in multiple states or even countries. So he agrees to sell the company to us. We took a majority position. He was a minority owner. We took the company from 200 grand a month to, what did it do last month?
130 million.
Did $130 million. We've only been in the business 4 years, okay? Now the guy's crying because he's like, oh, no, I didn't get a good deal and you guys screwed me. Bro, you had a broken business, okay? You owned 100% of nothing. Think about that, guys. Would you rather 100% of a loser, or 18%, what did it do last year?
130 million.
Would you rather 18% of $130 million or 100% of a loser? Well, you're doing everything. Okay? See, the difference between that company he had and the new company was not just brilliant people. It's people with intention, heart, brilliant minds, and actions, the right actions in the right orders. Okay? If you look at what's happening in the state of California right now, here we are in the 21st century. It's 2025, and we have fires that we can't control. This is insanity. Okay? And some of you would make, you would allow the leadership here to you'd let them off the hook and say, oh, it is what it is. It's fires and wind. Bro, it's 2025. I can talk to my phone. Okay? Like I can literally talk to my phone. They say AI is going to replace all the jobs on the planet and we can't figure out how to control a fire. You're telling me we can't irrigate the forest? I'm looking at the ocean right now that is so plentiful, so abundant, so deep, so endless. There's like, they're saying that we haven't even discovered all the parts of the ocean, not even oceans within the ocean, that the ocean that we look at, the Pacific and Atlantic, could actually be a lake from a larger ocean at the core of the planet. Like this is a lake bubbling up from the real ocean. We don't even know the real ocean, and we can't get water to the people that live in California. Why? Because there's no intention to do that. Okay? The priorities are wrong. The strategy's not there. The leadership is non-existent. They're incompetent. They don't have heart in the game. Okay? They've never really done anything at a real level. What we got to do is get you out of that position. If your heart's there and your intention's good, okay? Now we just need to give you the actions and the strategies. Now, let me just tell you one thing about this wheel. If they can see that wheel, Johnny, they see the wheel? Don't overcomplicate this. You don't need that yet. This is what Harvard, Yale, MIT, this is what they do. They make a mistake and give you too much too fast, and you're like, oh my God, that's too much, I can't do that. So today I'm gonna keep it real simple. We're just gonna go from $3,000 to $4,000, okay? Or we're gonna go from $80,000 a year to $1 million. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to do the math. Do I do the $1 million math in here? Okay. We're going to do $1 million math. Okay. Let me just show you how easy it is to make $1 million. I'm going to take $1 million. If you take your phone out, it's got a calculator on it. I probably use my calculator on my phone more than anything else.
For sure.
That I have.
100%.
And I'm going to divide the $1 million by 365 days. That's $2,793 a day. Well, I'm like, wow. Oh, no, let me see. I think I came up with the wrong number.
$2,700 a day.
Yeah, $1 million.
$2,739.
Divided by 365 equals $2,700 a day. That's a big number, bro. $2,700 a day. Let's say you're only making $2,700 a month. You're like, that's a massive number, okay? Well, then I'm going to take that and divide that by 24 hours. Now, you would divide by 8 hours because you only work 8 hours, but I'm not going to do that because I have 24. It's $114 an hour. I'm going to divide that by 60 minutes. And that's $1.90 a minute. And I'm like, that's my business. Okay, that's $1 million business right there. If you can make $1.90, see, it's edible, right? It's an edible. I mean, not that kind of edible, but it's edible. It's consumable. It's how do you eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time. You don't try to swallow the whole elephant, right? You don't try to eat the $1 million or the 10 million or the 100 million. You break it down, okay? Now, most of you, what you do is y'all get into a business that you love or something you're good at, and then you try to figure out how to do $1 million. What I do is I figure out what my intention is. I want to build $1 million business. I don't even care if I like it at this point. Doesn't matter to me. I'm agnostic to the business. I'm focused on the target. Now, I am not going to do a business that I don't love. I'm never going to be in a business that does not align with my moral code. Ever, never, no matter what. If you showed me how to make $1 million illegally today, I'd be like, I'm not interested. If you showed me how to make $1 million in porn, cannabis, and look, if you're cool with cannabis, no problem. I can't support it. If you showed me how to make $1 million bashing other people's religion, I wouldn't do it. No matter what, you could give me 10 million, 100 million, a billion, 10 billion, it wouldn't matter. There's some things I won't do. If you ask me to get undressed or to lie or cheat, I'm not doing it for no amount of money. And I don't need to do it because there's a million ways to make $1 million, okay? I just need to keep it simple. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out this $1.90, and I'm going to be like, I need to make $1.90 every minute. Oh, that means I got to work 24/7. 365 days a year, including Christmas, Easter, Memorial Day, President's Day. How do I do that? Well, that's not being a waiter or a car salesman or a general manager of a car dealership or a plumber or a contractor. I got to figure out some other ways to make money when I can't make money. Now I'm agnostic to the way I could do it. It could be 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 ways. It could be one way. It could be me hustling my 8-hour job and having some electronic technology, AI, helping me out the rest of the time. But it ain't complicated, folks. See, until I knew how to do this, Johnny, can you show them that little graph for the first 30 years I was in business? Was it, 25 years? 25 years I was in business, and I couldn't break. I could not figure this out. I was stuck. Maybe you're stuck right now. You plateaued. If you're taking notes again, okay? Okay? You want to graph everything. Flat lines, you want to write this down, flat lines always go down. There's no flat line. So if you've been making 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, that line's dropping. You don't see the drop, but it's dropping because of taxes, competition, new technology coming out, and mostly inflation. Flat lines always die. Like if you're in the hospital and they say he flatlined, baby, it's all over. So your flat line could be $1 billion a year. You're a dying business. That line has to go up, okay? You want to graph everything. And this graph should always look like that. Now it's gonna kind of probably be like that. You're gonna have movement like the ocean, right? It's not gonna go straight up. It's impossible to go straight up, okay? But you do want movement up, whether it's your health, your marriage, your workouts, your tennis lessons, anything you're gonna get better at, you need the graph to go up. If it's not going up, you're gonna deteriorate. It will fall. Okay? Same thing for government, spending, expenses, marketing, sales, all things should be graphed. Now, I didn't know this, but for the first 25, I don't know how long it was. I was made from 1998 till 2008. I made basically the same money every year. I was flatlining. But my line, based on where I had come from back here, my line at $3 million a year, everybody down here was like, oh my God, you're doing so good. See, I was just surrounded by the wrong people. It contaminated my heart and my mind. In fact, some people said, bigger's not better, Grant, Pete. Bigger's not better, Grant, because I was ambitious. AAF, I suffer from it. If you suffer from AAF, let me know. Have AAF syndrome. Okay? If you know what AAF is, put it in the comments or the chat. Yes, I have it. I have the syndrome of the AAF. I've always been ambitious as. Okay, very ambitious, extremely ambitious. But the problem is when you start making a little more money than you were making, I was making 30 grand a year and I'm making 3 million. I'm like, bro, I'm doing good. I thought I was rich. And the people around me even thought I was rich. And then I started doing the math and I'm like, I'm not rich. I'm 35 years old. I have $3 million coming in. I'm having to hustle every day of the year. I have no family. I had no kids. I had no fun. I had no friends. Okay, I had no time off. I was working every single day. I'm giving the money to taxes. 2008 comes. I had one industry, one vertical, one industry. Okay, it got cut in half. My 3 million goes to 1 million. I had the expenses of a $3 million guy with $1 million worth of income. And I realized right then, but you don't even want to be a millionaire. Being a millionaire is just like one moment from being broke. I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds crazy. Like, come on, man. Millionaire's a lot of money. Not anymore, folks. I'm just keeping it real with you. Okay? And I can show you 14,000 people in the Palisades right now, and I can show you another 800 homes in Malibu, and I can show you a bunch of people in Altadena, just north of the Palisades, that a couple $1 million and they're in trouble today. I can show you people that lived in $7 million homes. They can't rebuild because they don't have any money. This is not a new thing. It happened in North Carolina, it happened in Maui, it happened in Katrina, okay? It's happened in the Ukraine. Like there's things happen that you're not planning for, and that's why you need more money and you need bigger think and you need people around you that say bigger is better, Grant. You should make $300 million a year, not $3 million. That's 100x, by the way, not 10x. And every once in a while in my lifetime, I have these AAF moments where I'm like, I'm going to go read about somebody that did something legendary. If you've ever seen those shows on, I think it's Discovery Channel, the Men That Made America.
Yeah.
I've watched this 3 or 4 times now. You're talking about the Rockefellers and the Morgans and the and the Fords and the guys that built this country, huh?
Carnegie.
The Carnegies. Like they did unbelievable, amazing things. And when you see that, and I'll bet you like me, okay, if you've ever driven by a house on the ocean and you're like, oh, I wonder who lives there and what do they do? Or you see a private plane fly over your house and you're like, you can hear it, man. Private planes sound different than American. Okay, and you're like, I wonder who owns that. And then what did they do? See, the reason you're inspired by that, or you see the big catch. Tomorrow there's going to be great football games and you're going to see the great catch, right? And you're going to be like, how did he do that? And who is he? And you're going to look him up online. Who's number 12? Why? Because you're inspired, man. You're inspired by people doing something different, something great. Well, guess what? This little guy, Grant Cardone, at 25 years old, who was broke and most people had given up on him, have built all these companies today from scratch. Johnny, can you show them the bubbles? All these little companies now, and I love all these companies. There's not one of these companies that I don't love. We have a training and education business. We have a ventures business. We have a health business. My wife has a 10X ladies business. She's working with people right now today in Miami on building out their marriage and their future and women coming together and empowering one another. We have a 10X business coaching business. We're in 100 countries around the planet. We have an HVAC business, a mortgage business we're releasing this year, an equity company where we buy and sell companies. We have a 10X Studios business. We have Cardone Capital. It's $5 billion worth of real estate. I have a Bitcoin real estate fund that we just launched. I'm doing this unbelievable thing right here in California. It's not even on the bubble. Every one of these companies I have fun with. Every one of them helps people. Every one of them is connected to my heart, my mind, and helps a lot of people. We went from 3 employees 12 years ago to almost 1,500 employees. From $3 million a year to $750 million a year, and we'll probably break $1 billion this year. All because of the 7 steps. Now, I want you to write this down. Before I give you the formula, I want to share with you the mistakes that I made. Very, very important before you get the strategy, you know what things not to do, not just what to do. Okay, number 1 mistake, wrong targets. I simply set the wrong targets. My entire life. I don't know what this cost me. Okay, I've done billions and billions of dollars of revenue. Privately held company, we're not public. No credit, no startup money, no connections, nobody knew me. Like most of you here, nobody knows you. You probably don't have any money. If you're anything like me, you didn't have credit. You got nothing. You don't even know where to start, but you're like, I can do something more. I can do something more. You got this one thing, this machine going off and I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. Okay. And surrounded by a whole bunch of people says, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Be grateful. Be satisfied. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. It's the devil. Okay. The devil is like, don't do it. Don't do it. And God's inside of you saying, do it, man. Do it, man. You can do it. Let's go do it. That's why people are so, like Hallmark cards. They like the Hallmark cards because they inspire people. That's why when you go on trips, you want to buy pictures of the trip because you know, and send them home to mom or your sister and say, look, because you want to share the inspiration. And that's what I'm doing with you guys today. This doesn't cost you guys any money. Now, for some of you are going to want us to help you. And we are, by the way, we're going to have a whole bunch of you join us to go deep on this information and really get educated on how to do this. Today I'm going to spend 90 minutes with you just showing you briefly, okay, as fast as I can before we go do these 3 rallies here from Irvine to San Diego. I'm going to share with you briefly so that you can take this information and use it how you want. Some of you are going to be like, hey, I want to do more with you than this. First mistake I made was wrong targets. And I'll bet you, well, we know for sure that most of the people we work with, their first problem is the targets themselves. Okay, number two, you overcomplicate. You overcomplicate the solution. This cleanup, the cleanup of the fires and rebuilding of the Palisades, okay? What's gonna happen is government always overcomplicates everything. Everything becomes, all things become equal, and they're not. All things are not equal, okay? First thing you do with the cleanup is you clean this town up in 45 days. All debris should be shipped out, put in a landfill, buried, gone. Clean it up, 45 days or less. Actually, just make it 43 days, because we've already lost 2, okay? Probably lost a whole week. Make it 38 days. Just keep shrinking and compressing the target date, okay? Then you give immediate approval for everybody that's gonna rebuild exactly what they had. Just reinforce it with, hey, you have to have these 4 conditions. We need concrete walls. We need concrete in the roof line. We need self-irrigation, so if another fire pops up, boom, you can irrigate your house and keep it wet. We don't need a fire department. We've got plenty of water, okay? We have the technology, by the way. They've done it in other deserts. Israel doesn't catch on fire every day. It's in the desert, okay? So it's about not overcomplicating things. Just do it. Get it done. Number 3, okay, no strategy. You don't have a strategy. What is the strategy for the cleanup? Well, the best strategy for the cleanup here would be to let everybody just clean up their shit, okay? Don't even get the government involved. Do not assign the contract to a group. That's what the government's gonna do. We need to give this deal to this company so they can make hundreds of millions of dollars. No, dude, just let me clean up my own damn place. Let me go get a dump truck. I can do it for $2,500 and they're gonna charge me $25,000, but it's gonna take 18 months to do it. I'd rather pay the money right now and get it done, cleaned up my place so I don't have to look at the memory. What is the strategy for the cleanup and how do I engage as many people as possible at the cheapest price possible? Number 4, you're a one-man show. You can't be a one-man show, okay? Somewhere between 70 and 75% of all small business are one-man shows. Okay, somewhere between 70 and 75%, almost two-thirds to 3/4 of all small businesses, I probably said that wrong, 3/4 to 2/3, yeah, 2/3 to 3/4 of all small businesses are one-man or one-woman show. What's the problem with that? You're doing everything, okay? Everything. You're the janitor, you're the accountant, you're the salesman, you're the marketer, you're the organizer, you're the leader, the follower, you're handling the sales, delivering the product. Like, how can you do all that? Oh, by the way, let me just give you the stat. 64% of all those businesses make no money, or they break even. Okay, if you take a note, 64% of all one-man shows, one-woman shows, break even or lose money and could make more money if they just simply work for someone else. Okay. Number 5, you have the wrong information. Many of you have the wrong information. Sales is bad. Marketing doesn't work. Bigger's not better. I need to save money for 6 months. I got a partner right now. He wants to save money for 6 months. You don't need to. You don't need 6 months in an account. It's a bad idea, in fact, because your money's going down in value. Every 6 months, it could be getting chopped by 10 or 15%. Number 6, no sales. Number 7, no marketing. And number 8, wrong priorities, okay? So we got number 6, no sales. Number 7, no marketing. Some of you, in fact, when I was in Pueblo and I would go around to these companies, they would all say, their bragging rights. I've heard this for years. Our bragging rights are we market, it's word of mouth. That means I'm gonna sell Jared something and I'm gonna pray that Jared tells his sister or his uncle or his brother or his mother about my company and sends me business. Probably not gonna happen, folks. The only time Jared tells anybody anything about your business, hey, bring me that stool over there, Sabrina. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Doesn't help me.
Little baby stool.
Yeah, the stool, bro. That's the stool they brought me.
Yeah, I called them for a bar stool, but they did not send one, did they?
Oh, no? Okay.
I mean...
Is it out by the front door?
Here's my bar stool, guys. Okay, this is when people are going to tell other people about your business. I mean, be honest with me. When do you guys talk about somebody's business? Most of the time, you don't talk about it when the service is good. You talk about it, that's what's wrong with Yelp. Okay, you talk about it. Look, I own 15,000 apartments. People don't write reviews, oh, they're awesome over at Cardone Capital. They're phenomenal, okay? They expect me to be phenomenal. Nobody's going to give me a pat on the back because I delivered a great unit at a fair price. Nobody's ever going to say the price is fair, by the way. Just ain't going to do it. No, they're going to complain when they saw ants, or there was garbage outside, or we didn't pick something up, or there was a problem, or when we raised the rents. That's when we're going to get a review, okay? So we got to get your sales in, we got to get your marketing in, we got to get the priorities right. See, most people see problems like all problems are the same problem. They're all equal, and they're not. There's one problem out of all the problems that needs to be handled, and the rest, actually, when you handle the first one, will handle the rest of them. Okay. Now, look, this is not about me. I want everybody to understand. I have been working with, for 40 years, I have worked with millions, not thousands, but millions of people. I have worked with tens of thousands of small businesses, and I have worked with thousands of Fortune 1000 companies. Okay. Literally, like I have worked with some of the biggest banks, some of the largest lenders, some of the largest real estate people, insurance people, furniture people, automobile companies on planet Earth. You don't do a $750 million a year in revenue without doing business with some big players. We've also worked with a lot of little players, people on the come up, as I say. For instance, Joey and Alyssa Rogers, their revenue. How long was this, Jared? How long did this take?
This was from 2019 or 2020 when we started working with them to 2024.
Yeah, so in 5 years, we took their revenue up 543%. We took Phil and Karen Parsons. Their profits are up 267%. Okay, these are regular, ordinary, everyday people. I don't know if we have pictures of these people. That'd be cool.
Not right now.
We got Brent and Sarah. They doubled their profits and their revenue over what period of time was that? Was that 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
In 2 years. How many of you would like to double your profits in 2 years? Profits up 748%. Do they see these?
Yeah.
Sal and Stephanie. Okay, what's their business?
ATM machines.
This is 1 year, by the way. ATM machines, almost 800% increase.
2 years.
2 years, I'm sorry. I'm exaggerating. Revenue up. Josie Young, 100% increase in revenue. Took them a little longer.
4 years.
4 years to get there, but that's 25% increase every year.
He's in the agricultural business.
He's in the ag business. We got Shannon Englert, profits up 659%, 2 years.
Law firm.
Law firm, legal. All these are completely different. So how do they do that? They do this because we gave them a formula, okay? Now this formula basically is steps. It's in a specific order. I'm going to show you how it backs up so you can write this down. We call this our 10x sales strategy because the top of a profit and loss statement is sales. Expenses are later. And in those expenses are things that we need to spend money on appropriately. But the first thing we have to do is set the right target, right? The idea or the target. What is my target? So Bill Daughtery, he's got a target, okay? Bill's like, hey man, what is the target? Now, if you don't know what the target is, if you're not clear on the target and the intention, you're not going to have the heart and the mind engaged. Remember that? So number one, what is the specific target? Remember, what's the number one mistake that I made in my businesses? My targets were too small. Okay, I didn't know where I was going. I just woke up every day and just wandered around and took whatever came my way. The most successful people I know are extremely and specifically target driven. Real, exact, precise targets that are big enough and interesting enough and exciting enough, okay, that they can actually stay engaged on the target. I promise you, okay, if you guys join us, when are we doing that live event? This is a live event, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. When is our
the date
2-day workshop?
Is
come on, man.
Hang on here.
We got to know this.
The date is the 22nd and 23rd of Feb.
Okay, February 22nd, 23rd. And how many days is that from here?
2 days. It's about 30 days.
In 30 days. Is that what it is? What's the date?
26 days.
In 26 days, I'm going to spend 2 days Look, this is a game-changing moment. If you could spend 2 days, Bill, if you could spend 2 days focused on your targets, what are they really? What could you really do? You know, the Bible says when two or more come together, miracles can take place. Anything can happen when two or more come together because you have the power of a mastermind. You have power support of multiple people that are praying, focused, anointing, wanting, driven for the same thing, something bigger, something better, something faster. Okay? So we're going to spend 2 days just focused on target, the right target, and then, hey, how do you accomplish that? Well, the second thing you'd have to do is you'd have to actually what? Get attention for the target. I'd have to tell people what I'm doing, okay? The second step, and this is your 7-step formula, I'm going to give this all to you today in the next 60 minutes. I'm going to give you all this, and you guys can do whatever you want with it. If you're one of those people who has perfect recall and you're able to take all the data that I give you in the next 60 minutes and you can activate, engage it, use it, put it in place, great, man. I'm pulling for you. It costs you nothing to do this. But for the rest of you in the room, okay, I want you guys to join me or think about joining me on February 22nd and 23rd, where I'm going to take 4 or 5 hours a day on the 22nd and then 4 or 5 hours on the 23rd, and I'm going to actually sit down with you and we're going to work together. A much smaller group of people, we're going to work together to make sure you understand each one of these 7 pieces, okay? Third thing we're going to do is we're going to start collecting money.
Leads.
These are leads, and leads all bleeds, okay? We're going to get leads. Leads from the attention. We have to start organizing the leads, okay? And we have to start managing these leads. I got to manage this activity. I got to manage the activity, all right? At which point we're going to collect money, okay? We're going to collect money because we're going to make a sale. It is impossible, this is called sales or monetization or revenue, okay? I could collapse this. I could have target and boom, collect money for it. Like I know how to do this instantly now. I can literally do this. I mean, I could do it right now. I could go from like I squash all these together now. I don't see them as 7 anymore. I see them as target, get it. That's how simple this is. I have a target, okay? My target is always going to be a number. It is not an idea. I'm going to make sure there's water for every home in California. Good. That's the target. How much is that going to cost? Immediately move the target idea to a financial because you cannot measure ideas. Ideas cannot be measured. You cannot measure a concept. I want the sky to be pink, bubble gum. Okay, good. What's it going to cost to make it pink bubble gum? I can measure only what it costs to get to the pink bubble gum. Whatever it's going to cost, the people, the technology, the engineers, whatever. Okay, so watch. So I have a target. Let's say the target's $1 million. I'm going to get attention for the target of the $1 million. I'm not going to build a product yet. I do not need a product. Let's say I'm doing curling and pedicures and massages and Botox injections or Dentist. I'm a dentist and I'm doing new teeth, root canals, cleaning teeth. The cleanings, how much does it cost to clean teeth?
Couple $100 probably.
Yeah. Who knows?
For copay. I mean, if you have insurance, you pay copay.
Okay, then I'll never get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can't keep cleaning teeth because the copay's no money. They're only going to give me this, and I got to wait 90 days to give it. So this is a terrible business. But what I could do is I could start doing $50,000. I could get good at veneers at $50 or $70 or $80,000. Drop the copay, quit doing the other thing, or just do that for the lead. I could do free cleaning, lead, manage the lead, convert it to, hey, you don't need a cleaning, bro. You need veneers and get really good at that, okay? And then what am I going to do is I am going to manage
the revenue.
The
team.
Now I'm going to start investing money. How do I invest money to start repeating and scaling this activity, okay? So this is going to go number 6. I'm going to manage the revenue. I'm going to get good at money. How do I use money? Where do I use money? By the way, you don't turn this over to an accountant. This is not an accountant's job. A lot of companies that we work with think I'm going to get an accountant and they're going to do that. Accountants know nothing about investing money. Accountants know nothing about creating money. No offense to you if you're an accountant. If you're an accountant, put that you're an accountant in the room.
There's a few.
Okay.
I saw some posting.
Okay. No offense. You're accounting. You account for. You're accounting for something that happened. It doesn't say you're a creator. It says you're an accountant. Accounting means you accounted for something. The most future stuff that you do is a budget. And it's never right. Let's keep it real. Nobody ever has a correct budget. You have an estimate of what it's costing to do business in the future, but you don't know the future. All right? And number 7, Jared, what we're going to do here.
Got to scale.
Dude, I'm a scale. Okay? Scaling means I get to $1 million. I'm going to figure out how to get to 10 million. I get to 10 million. I'm going to figure out how to get to 100 million. I'm going to figure out how to do 100 million every month, not 100 million every year.
But how about no tariffs on building materials for the next 3 years? We'll take a look.
See, terrible idea. This popped up. The guy's like, let's don't have tariffs on building materials for the next, how many years?
I don't know.
10 years. Bro, if you take 10 years to build this city, tariffs aren't your problem. The city's done. See, the priorities are wrong. People are confused, man, particularly governmental people. So where are you getting your advice from, folks? Where do you get your advice from today? Ask yourself, if you wanted to build $1 million business, who would you go to talk to? I want you guys to write this down. Let's do this. Let's just give up on the $1 million because it's no money. To build a $10 million business, who would you go to learn that? I want you to put a name of one person that you know that could help you build a $10 million business. And if you don't have anybody, I want you to think about it right now, and I want everybody here, okay, 75,000 people registered. There's tens of thousands of people here right now. I want you to register. Who would you go to help you build a $10 million business? Because you ain't doing that by yourself. It's never been done by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. Who's going to spend time with you? Okay, because this isn't going to be a one-shot moment. This is not, I'm going to do one event and learn how to make $10 million. Now, the person that's going to help you build this $10 million business, that name you came up with, okay, have they done it themselves? Ask yourself, have they done it themselves? Okay? You go to the financial planner to invest your money, to make you a millionaire. Have they done that for themselves? Okay, number 2, when did they do that? Did they do it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Where do you get your advice from, folks? Things are changing so fast that information from 3 years ago might not even be relevant today. All right? Okay, so first, where are you getting your ideas from? This is very, very important, okay? This is that mindset mastermind. This is that idea that you are the accumulation of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Your ideas are restricted. Your thinking, okay? How many of you already this morning, let me just see this. How many of you already this morning, you're already thinking, how long we've been here?
About an hour.
60 minutes, you're already thinking bigger. Let me just see a hand. If you're already thinking bigger, just put a 10X in there. See, in 60 minutes, I already have you thinking outside the little box you were thinking in. Okay, because I basically drop you into a guy that's, like, I'm a different guy than I was 40 years ago. I'm a different person completely. Even my family says, you're different. I'm like, yeah, I am different, dude. Look what I'm doing. You're hanging around different people. You're doing different things. You're having different experiences. Yeah, that's what life's about. I want to learn new things and I want to do new things and I need it to pay. I need it to work financially, because if it doesn't work financially, I'm not going to be able to keep doing new things. Okay? See, all of you guys are thinking different right now in 60 minutes. What if we had 3 or 4 months to work together? For those of you who want to do that, go to grantcardone.com/go. Okay, we got a special, unbelievable, it's a no-brainer. What?
The 2-day event.
Yeah, it's 2 days I'm going to spend with you. And between now and the 2 days, we're going to actually set you up with exactly what you need to do so that when we spend the 2 days together, you're already prepped. Like today, you're walking into this cold today, okay? What I'm going to do over the next what is it, once a week?
Yeah, between now and then.
Between now and then.
Every Tuesday.
Okay, and we have 30 days. Every Tuesday, we're going to get on a call and do Q&A together. Okay, and then we're going to set you up with exercises and some personal finance information. This program right here, actually, the Money and Finance, it's a 3-hour video course. Okay, and I'm going to share with you exactly where you need to be on this money game. I don't need to do it right now. Don't worry about it. Okay. If you want to grab that, if you guys know you know enough, if you're already excited enough, go to grantcardone.com/go, grantcardone.com/go. The opportunity actually is ridiculous. And we want to invite you to make 2025 your best year ever. So a lot of great things going on, folks, that this year could be your breakout year if you have the information, the commitment, but most importantly, if you start with the right first idea, okay?
Can we do one thing too?
Yeah.
For the first 100 people that go, we've got some people in the office today.
Okay.
For the first 100 people, we're going to give them a strategy call, a one-on-one strategy call to figure out, to map out the plan.
Jared wants to offer everybody that signs up before I actually show you what all this is, and you have enough confidence in yourself and in me, and you know right now you're compelled to say, hey, I want to do this. I know I want to do this. When you take action right now, we're going to give the first 100 people that take advantage of this at grantcardone.com/go. You just go there, you register, you put in your credit card. I think it's $297. We'll even give you the $297 back if you're not happy, whatever. Okay, like it's a no-brainer. And Jared said he's going to give the first 100 people a strategy call. You're literally going to get on with one of our trainers, our coaches. And they're going to start finding out where you're at and what it is exactly you're trying to accomplish. And then Tuesday, what's today?
Today's Saturday.
In 3 days, we're going to do our first Q&A call.
And that's a 7-figure call. So all we do is we talk about sales and marketing strategies to generate $1 million or more fast.
Okay, good. All right, so let's get back to the idea and the target. Where are you going to start? You start with, for all of you who just want to come here, grab this and go, that's fine too. We're cool either way. For those of you who want to work with me and the team, great. We want to invite you in today to take advantage of this opportunity. Everyone has an idea. Remember this, okay? Everybody's got ideas. Ideas are not the issue. You guys have more ideas. I mean, ideas are everywhere. The problem is most of these ideas are simply too small. And I'm just telling you what's going to happen. I'm showing you what you don't want to do when you set these ideas up. Most targets, the targets you have, I'm going to go from $3,000 to $4,000. Yeah, okay, great. That's cool, and that was really important for me. Okay, but most of you going from $3,000 to $4,000 changes nothing. If you're making $10,000 a month right now and you're ambitious, and your wife is like, why are you working so much? Why do you always have to get more? Why can't we just be happy? How many of you have heard that before from a family member? Maybe a sister or a brother. Why you gotta always want more? Okay, well, I'm gonna go from 10 to 12. The reason they're saying that, they're not wrong, by the way. Going from 10 to 12 changes nothing in life. Okay, what does it do? You pay off your house a little faster. Okay, great. You buy another car. You send your kids to a different school. Okay, now you can pay for your kids' drug addiction. Whatever the $2,000 solved, the extra 24,000, but it didn't change your life. What if you went from $10,000 to $1 million a month? Oh, bruh. Okay, now your wife is like, yeah, you know what? I get it. Because what does that do for you? The change is so ridiculous. Okay, your lifestyle changes. Now your wife is like, I'm happy with the house we have. Guess what? You get to move her mother next door out of the house you're in and next door in the same neighborhood. Why? Because you're making $1 million a month, not $10,000 a month. Right now, your wife's mom has to live with you. Okay? Now you can move her down the street. You understand what I'm saying? See, everything changes. You just got to find the right amount of change. And most people simply have ideas that are too small, unworkable, and they can't be accomplished. Number 3, most people drop out their targets because of complexities. Not because the concept of a pink bubble sky, whatever.
Pink bubblegum.
Pink bubblegum sky is complex. That's not the issue. You guys complicate the process on how to get there. Cleaning up the Palisades in Malibu and Altadena, they're not, yeah, it's a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal, it's a big problem. But what's going to happen is the government is going to add complexities and misprioritize what should happen first, okay? Number 4, they lose focus You lose focus because of surroundings. I was with my daughter yesterday, and we saw a coyote. I was talking to her about something, and a coyote walked up. And my daughter lost her mind. She's like, oh my God, look at that, look at that. Her surroundings had now distracted her. This is a major problem today. Instagram, Facebook, X, TV.
Friends, family.
Car wrecks, fires, politics, taxes, like you name it, bro. There's so many distractions today. We have access to so much today. It's so unbelievable that we have access to so much, but guess what? It's terrible that we have access to so much because you can be distracted so easily, okay? This is one of the things that I have probably benefited me more than any other thing. I know how to use distractions. I actually know how to distract other people and get their attention by using all the distraction in the universe to actually get attention for my products and services. And you'll have to learn this. You master this, folks, and I guarantee you, whatever goal you had this morning, if you can master this one thing called marketing that I'm going to share with you here in a second, if you can master that one thing, everything is possible. What you wrote down times 1,000x, okay? Number 5, no accountability. There's no accountability. No accountability. You don't hold yourself accountable. You don't have you don't hold your people accountable. You let everybody get away with everything. And number 6, your organization moves to targets off the main target and wants to bring in new ideas, okay? New ideas distract the organization from the idea. Okay, they start coming up with all this other stuff. We need to do this. We need to change that. I remember I was starting to grow my business. I guess it was, I don't know. We were still in Los Angeles, so it had to be
2010,
13 years ago.
Yeah.
And we started to build our list. We had like 3,000 people on our list, and all of a sudden it'd go into 30,000, and then we'd lose people because we were starting to like give people more information, and we were emailing people. And a guy named Sasan came to me and says, "We're growing too fast. We're losing people. Okay, we got to quit emailing them so often." I'm like, "No, bro, that's wrong." See, these new ideas. The idea was to build the list to 1 million. The idea had nothing. We were going to build a 1 million person list. We're going to have 1 million people on this list. It was unbelievable we could ever do this because I had like 300. Then we had 3,000. And then I'm like, I could do this. We got to get to 30,000, 300,000, and then 1 million people. We can do this. Okay. Well, on the way up from 3,000 to 30,000, we started getting people. 3,000 people are starting to say, "I don't want any more emails from you. Leave me alone. Block me. Delete me. Stop me." Okay. They're going to unsubscribe, right? They're going to treat me as spam, whatever. They're going to erase the email, right? And it looked like a problem, but that was never the target. The target was 1 million people. It wasn't to be sure that all of them stayed on the list forever. How many people are on that list today?
Almost 7 million.
7 million people on the list today. Okay? You know how many people have unsubscribed from my emails? Millions. I have more unsubscribed than the original target. Okay? But you're going to have people come in with new ideas, have better ways to do it, have never done anything. All right? Now, you got to know when to accept these ideas and when not to, but you should only be accepting them from people that have done it. That's why we want to work with you starting Tuesday to get the right target in place and the right people holding you accountable. Number 7, no system to implement. There's no system to implement these concepts. Okay, like you're just like, it's all jumbled. Like you're going to leave here today. Unfortunately, I'm apologize in advance. You're going to leave here inspired, excited. Hopefully you're already excited. And then you're going to leave with all this data, only because we had to compress it. Because as soon as I leave here, I go to Irvine. There's going to be, I don't know how many people are going to be in Irvine.
570.
570 people. We started marketing this 2 days ago. 570 people talking about these 10X California rallies that I'm doing. I'm going to leave there.
Carlsbad.
I got to drive to Carlsbad. That's 2 hours away, maybe 3. That's at 5 o'clock. I'm going to do that to 200 or 300 people. And then I'm going to leave there and go to San Diego and do that at 8:30 at night.
400 plus.
And then drive back here, probably be midnight tonight. And then tomorrow we fly to Las Vegas. So, like, I know you have a lot going on too, right? You're thinking about, I got kids, I got a dog, you've been distracted already today. Dude, we're not even here 65 minutes and you've been distracted. All right? Okay, now where do you go from here? We go from the idea. Now, I want you to do this real quick. Do they have a book or something they're looking at? Okay.
Just take it.
I want you to rate your idea, the idea you have, whatever your idea is. Do you even know it anymore? Okay? Thorsten, it's a nice watch you got there, Thorsten. Okay? Thorsten, I want you to take the idea that you had. I asked you guys, Tim White, Tim Stanford. Okay? Remember, 60 minutes ago I said, what's the idea? What's the target? The target is an idea. We need to now take the idea and make it into math. I need a number. What is the number? So what is your target? You might have forgot already. Oh, damn, what is the target? Just imagine this. It's only been 60 minutes and you forgot what the target was. You wrote it down 60 minutes ago. I asked you to. I want you to rate your target on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being monster, 1 being tiny. Okay? Tiny Tim don't work here. Okay, I'm just telling you, the number one reason you will drop your target is because it's too small, not because it's too big. So I want you to rate the idea as to size and possibility, okay? Drop the possibility. I don't need it to be possible because it probably isn't. And then I need you to then, if your idea is a 10, I need you to rate your system to accomplish it. From a 1 to a 10.
And system could also mean confidence. Like, because your system is the thing that will give you confidence that you can actually do it.
You know what you're going to do. You know the exact order that you're going to do this in. You know when you're going to hire people. You know when you're going to scale people. You know when you're going to advertise. You know when you're going to market it. You know how to sell it. You know how to scale it. You know how to add people. You know how to do your cash flow. You know how to do your systems. Remember that big complicated wheel? You got that. If you have that, dude, you're a 10. You're probably not even here today if you have that. Okay, so now what's the disconnect? Let's say you have a 10 idea and a 2 system. Go ahead and rate what you got. Give me 2 numbers right here. Idea is an 8 and the system is a 4. You see the problem?
8, 2.5, 10 and 1, 10 and 2, 6 and 2.
See the problem,
8
guys?
8 and 2, 10 and 1.
Okay, now we got somebody that's got a 10 and an 8. That's awesome.
What would you rate yourself?
Oh, we got Toby. Toby's a 10 and a 10. Why don't you give me a couple bottles so I don't have to keep bottling you.
Sure.
Thanks, champ. Okay. Oh my gosh. Kodja's got a 10 and a 9.
Yeah, so we'll do $750 million this year. What would you rate yourself?
Yeah, so look, we're going to do $750 million. My goal is $7.5 billion a year. I don't know how to do that, folks. I'm telling you, okay? So I think the idea is a 10. But I thought this idea was a 10 too before I did it, right? And by the way, it was $1 billion a year until I hit 750, and then I'm just going to change it. Let's just do this right now. $10 billion a year. How do I get to 10 billion? My whole company's broken for me to go from this to that. I have to break everything. I give myself like a 4 on my system.
And one thing
but I have so much confidence that I have gotten here but I have to change my system around. Everything needs to change a little bit because the only thing I'm really missing is connections. I have to change the people I get attention from. Like I'm not going to be able to spend time with you if I want to do that. That's why when I offer you guys an opportunity, grantcardone.com/go, to come spend time with me and my team, when I go here, I'm not going to be able to spend time doing this. I'm going to have to spend time with somebody else that can get me there. I have to embrace AI. I'm going to have to go public. I have to get connected with Wall Street and Silicon Valley. I have to meet new people. If I build a $10 billion business, man, that is major leagues. This is actually major leagues, $750 million a year. Very, very few companies ever hit those kind of numbers. And most of those are publicly traded companies on a stock exchange. This is private business, no sponsorship, zero, no sponsors, no supporters. I do whatever I want, say whatever I want. I can be political or non-political, whatever. I do whatever I want. Like very few people can do that. Most of you, by the way, are going to be privately held companies most of your career if you ever go public. But if you want to go $10 billion big, bro, you're going to have some systems that work within their systems. And that's why I say my system would break at that moment. And I'd have to redefine myself. Okay, and the system. Okay. All right. Let's go to marketing, because marketing's the next thing we're going to do, right? I got to start marketing this. What did I just say to you? My system would be broken to the degree that I would have to market to new people and a new audience.
Or get attention.
Get attention. Now, Jared's with me all the time. My team's with me all the time. I can tell you in the last 5 days, I have already introduced myself to an entirely different market because of some of the things you see me working on right now. So everybody can do this. Everybody can get access to the next neighborhood. Okay, think about you live in a neighborhood. Like I grew up in a blue collar neighborhood. It was mostly just refinery people and hard workers, mom and dads making, middle class incomes, sending their kids to public schools. Now, if I'm going to improve the quality of my life, I'm going to have to move to the next neighborhood. I can move down the food chain. I can move up the food chain. As I move up the food chain, I'm going to get access to new information, better healthcare, better opportunities, higher pay. I'm going to see bigger houses and nicer cars, and I'm going to see better landscaping. All of a sudden, I moved, okay? I might have to move out that state. We want to help you guys move through the food chain. How many of you are committed to moving neighborhoods? You're going to move to different neighborhoods throughout your career. How many of you are willing to move? Like, I want to keep moving up the food chain. And I want to get connected to better everything, better healthcare, better education, better connections, better clubs, better possibilities, better opportunities, better investments. You cannot do that if you stay where you're at. I'm just telling you guys, if you are happy where you're at, okay, then you're not going to get that. That's a flat line phenomenon. The flat line means you die where you are right now. You're going to tap out and accept where you are today. God, don't do that. Don't do that. Say, no, dude, I'm willing to move, and I'm willing to move the family, and we're not happy. We're not happy where we are, okay? We want to improve the quality of life. I might be happy here, but I'm not satisfied here. And by the way, if you're happy where you are, would you also still be happy at the next place? If it improved the quality of everything around you, healthcare, better friends, better information, better knowledge, better futures and opportunities for your kids, better investments, better access to insider information.
Better experiences.
Better experiences, okay? New stories. Okay, now let's talk about how to market this, because we got to market this idea. I got to sell this idea probably to mom first, to the wife first, to the husband, to the kids, to the people around me, because they don't want you to change, folks. All the people that talk about, oh man, I want the best for you. I'm pulling for you. I'm praying for you. They don't want you to change. They want you to stay exactly the way you are, okay? They actually want you to change without changing. And to change,
you got to change.
You got to change, okay? All right, marketing. What is the word marketing? Marketing is the activity of a business of promoting and selling products. Do you have that video, Johnny, about the marketing video?
Yes, sir.
Let's play that video.
All right.
Here's the difference between marketing, sales, promotion, and publicity. Let me explain it like this. If a circus is coming to town and you put a sign up that says circus coming to town, that's advertising. If you put the sign, circus is coming to town, on the back of an elephant and walk into town, that's promotion. And if the elephant walks through the mayor's flower bed and the local newspaper happen to write about it, well, that would be publicity. And of course, if you could get the mayor to either laugh or really get upset about it, well, that would be public relations, and that could have been contrived. And if you tell the community that you're going to have a booth to sell products or services or elephants or whatever, well, that's sales. And if you plan the entire thing like I'm talking to you about right now, that's marketing. That is the difference between marketing, sales, promotion, and publicity. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so you see the difference? A lot of people think advertising, marketing, promotion are all the same. They're not the same. They're completely different. And understand this, and I'm telling you, this marketing thing, next to the idea, most important thing is the target, the idea, the concept. Reduce that, boil that thing down to a number. Now, the next most important thing is how do you get attention for your idea? Attention, you want to write this down, is vital to target attainment. Target, no attention, no target attainment. Okay, number two, If nobody knows you, nobody is going to flow you. It is impossible. It is impossible for someone to help you that doesn't know you. It just cannot happen. Number 3, obscurity. You want to write this down if you're taking notes. Obscurity is the single biggest problem you have in your life. You're like, oh no, my health is my biggest problem. No, actually, your biggest problem is you are an obscure person. No one knows you. My sister recently had a cancer scare. And if you've ever had a cancer scare, the next thing you want is access to the best doctors. You don't care about money now. You care about 2 things. How fast can I get her in there? Okay, and the best doctors. MD Anderson, one of the greatest cancer hospitals on the planet. I reach out to my database. My sister doesn't know anybody. They're telling her it's going to be 45 days before they can even get her in there. I had her in 2 days. Okay, why? Because I'm not obscure. People know who I am. So I use that. I tap into that. Obscurity is the biggest problem you have. Not healthcare. It's obscurity to healthcare.
Yeah.
Because once somebody knows you, we went to a restaurant last night. We probably had the best seating in the restaurant. I've never.
It was completely booked.
Place was completely booked, impossible to get in there. And you guys were like, oh, I don't need anybody to know me. If nobody knows you, nobody can help you. Okay? You have to get known. So if you're an introvert, we're going to show you, listen to me, introverts. How many of you here are introverts? You're a bit introverted. It's hard for you to go out. How many of you here have said, hey, I am not the best person to promote myself. Other people are better at promoting me than I am at promoting me. Good. What if I could show you how to market yourself and still be an introvert? There has been no better time, no easier time in history than right now. With no money, anyone can break through obscurity, okay? We're going to show you guys how to do that. We're going to show you how to define the idea, keep it big, how to market the idea to the marketplace, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. By the way, you guys that are extroverts, some of you, your extroversion is actually getting in the way of your marketing. Okay, you got to figure out how to extrovert and introvert to actually market and get a real message out there. How many of you'd like to sell a book? How many of you'd like to write a book? Let me see how many of you'd like to write a book or you have written a book? Yeah, okay, good. Well, what's the book going to be called? Where's the book going to go? How are we going to market the book? How are we going to sell the book? How are we going to get people to buy the book? How are we going to collect the leads for the book? And why would anybody buy your book if they don't know you? I'll show you how to do that. Okay, the website, somebody just asked what the website is. GrantCardone.com/go. GrantCardone.com/go. Okay, number 4 here. Note, all marketing works. All marketing works if you don't quit on it. Okay, you can't quit on the marketing. So I'm going to show you how to actually double down and triple down and quadruple down on marketing. Most people just change their marketing message too much. Number 5. You want to write this down. Best known always beats best talent. Okay, I can beat the best product. I can beat the better offer. I can beat the lower price if I am best known. And number 6, under marketing, quantity always beats quality. All right, what are we going to do? We got a system here. I'm stuck on a video, Johnny. Okay, leads. When you market, what's going to happen naturally is you're going to get a lead. How many leads did we get just on 10X California?
4,000.
Yeah. So watch what happens. Okay.
In 3 days.
Yeah, in 3 days, I started this. Let me see the hat, Sabrina. Okay, I started this. Uh-oh, you got a small head. I started 10X California. This is what, 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10X California. I'm here doing rallies across the state. We posted, created a landing page, started getting attention for it.
Set a target.
Set a target.
Moved it.
We know it's going to cost millions and millions of dollars to do this. Like, this isn't free. Okay. It's going to cost me tens of millions to come out of my company. I literally come out of the CEO position of the company, and I go back to being a grunt worker across the state of California, getting out of obscurity with the people in California to say, let's save California, let's fix California, let's 10x California, by the way. Not just fix it, let's 10x it, make it 10 times better. Okay? That means I got to start dealing with politicians and councilmen and congressmen and senators and maybe presidents, okay, and environmentalists and coastal commissions and permits, and I got to get locations and places and travel to places I don't know. And how can I do all that and do my other job? I can't. But when I start making this noise, okay, what happens is I'm going to get leads. And this activity, when done correctly, will always create a lead, okay? Now, once you get a lead, okay, always your marketing will create a lead. Okay, the question is the lead qualified? Now, if you guys, I'll give you an example of this. If you guys live in San Diego, just put San Diego in the comments, or I'm sorry, California. If you're in California, just put Cali in the comments. Let's just see how many people here are actually in Cali. See, Darren Jenkins, I'm going to be in downtown San Diego tomorrow night.
Look at all these people, look.
You should come meet us. Was that today? Yes, today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Okay, if you're in California, there's a whole bunch of people in California right now. You guys are in California, you should go to 10xcalifornia.com and register there. So that when I come to your city, you can come out and meet me. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. Who knows? Maybe I'll pop a hat to you, okay? And we're going to 10x California. So the point of that is this. I had to build a landing page for that. There's a landing page. You can see what it looks like. So you guys can copy it. This is what a landing page looks like. This is exactly the steps. When you come to grantcardone.com/go, grantcardone.com/go, and you guys join us for this opportunity, we're going to show you how to take an idea in light speed, in 72 hours, go from an idea to a landing page, market it to 4,000 leads. Okay? Now, some of these 4,000 leads are going to come out and support us for 10x California. First, we have the idea, then we start marketing the idea, and then as we're marketing the idea, we realize we need people someplace to go to, okay? It's a simple landing page. Can you show that landing page?
Yes.
So I'm giving you an example of what this landing page looks like. They can see it there?
Yep.
Okay, can you kick it so I can stay right here? And so that landing page is going to be, the top of it's going to be, hey, join me at the rally in San Diego on Saturday. This is our San Diego landing page, right? Is that just San Diego?
San Diego rally.
Okay. We're going to do 30 cities in 30 days. That needs to get updated. We're going to get California. We're going to do our comeback tour, you know. So, and this has got to be fixed all the time. I'm looking at it right now. I said, I need to change this and that. But people can register right there. That creates a lead. We get 4,000 leads. Now, some of these 4,000 leads are going to come to a rally. Now I got to learn, but I'm marketing and I don't know anything. You understand? Like
you don't have any of the mechanics figured out.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
I have no nothing. This is my superpower. My superpower is I don't know where I'm going tonight.
For most people, the uncertainty stops them because they don't know the next thing rather than
where
just
do I
continuing
do an
to move
event?
forward.
I don't know. I don't know where to do an event. I have 3 events today. I don't even know where they are. I just know we started marketing it and people said, hey, you can do an event at the Dorothy House in Irvine at 2 o'clock. I'll give it to you. I also know there's going to be 400 or 500 people there today, okay, out of that 4,000. And then I'm going to leave there. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You understand? I don't get lost in all this because it doesn't matter until you show up. Then I'm going to leave there and I'm going to go to Carlsbad and I'm going to do 200 or 300 people in Carlsbad. I don't even know where I'm going in Carlsbad. What is the location in Carlsbad?
The Studio Money is what
I've never been to Studio Money. I don't even know how many people they hold. I don't even know who's going to show up. Okay. Then I'm going to leave there. I don't know what I'm going to talk about in Carlsbad. And then I'm going to go down to
San Diego.
Sandog, down to the
Simone,
Little Italy.
Yeah, the Simone.
At the Simone Hotel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be on a balcony tonight talking to 300 or 400 people. All this happened. I mean, a balcony, a restaurant, a rooftop, or whatever. And we're going to talk. So these are going to be leads. Now, what are we going to do with the leads? Are they going to be qualified? Okay. Do they qualify for what? Well, if it's free, they're qualified. See, this is what you guys do. You guys are like, my leads are no good. You remember the Glenn Ross?
The leads aren't weak. You're weak.
Yeah. The leads are free, bro. All leads are good leads. All leads are good leads. All leads are qualified. Okay? Now, the issue is whether your lead that's free and qualified, all leads are qualified, illegal immigrants with no money are qualified. The issue is, do you have anything to offer them that fits their qualifications? This is where many of your companies need our help so bad. You simply have your products priced wrong. You have too limited, you have too few products, and they're priced wrong. And you don't, like, we did this one little trick where we'll take one product, call it 3 different packages, price it 3 different ways. It is exactly the same product. And you're like, why would you do that? Because some people don't want free. And some people don't want $279. And some people, if you don't charge them $3,000, they're not even going to listen to you. Some people, $3,000, you're not even getting a meeting. If it's not $3 million, you're not sitting down with them. So most of you simply have your products priced too low to actually get attention, okay? So leads, just some notes on leads, okay? Attention will always convert to a lead.
But there needs, in order to translate attention to a lead, there needs to be an offer of some kind. There has to be an offer.
Should always be an offer.
So you can go out and get attention on the side of a freeway, but if you don't have a sign, you're not getting money.
Look, you could be like la 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 and talking la la la, but if you don't have, hey, and by the way, when you're done listening to la la la, you need to go sign up for Boom Boom. If there is no sign up, no offer, the lead cannot convert. And when it does, dude, I figure it's going to convert at 1%. So I want you to take your phone out. Okay, this is math, man. This is simple math. Remember the math I gave you earlier? $1 million needs to be $1.90 a minute. That's all it needs to be. If I could break that into seconds. Okay, I want to take 1%. I want you to take 154,000. The number 154,000, put it in your computer. 154,000. And I want you to divide that by 0.01. Okay, and you should have come up with this number. 15,400,000. You're like, what are these numbers for? I did business with 154,000 people last year. 154,000 people came through our store and bought a product from us. Okay? But to get 154,000 people to buy a product from me, I had to get 16 million people to see a message. So this is where we start breaking things down into simple math, right? Like, oh, I'm only going to convert 1%. This is why in the Glenn Ross, all these leads are bad. They didn't do any math. This is a dumbass salesman that's this middle class. He's got his little car. He gets a commission once a month, or maybe once a year. He makes a little money. And then what happens is when things get bad, the environment gets bad, the economy gets bad, the business gets bad, there's competition that comes on, there's pricing, or you got some layoffs in your marketplace. And also, the leads don't convert anymore. Yeah, they do, bro. They just convert less. And now, I said this in a best-selling book I wrote called If You're Not First, You're Last. Never lower the target, increase the activities. Okay? So if you're hiring people, let's say you're trying to hire people and you're like, there's no good people here. Increase the activities. And then when they're there, increase the demands on those people. All right? Okay, so measure the lead generation. You need to measure lead generation. Don't tell me, oh, the leads aren't any good. Good, bro, just give me the numbers. I don't need to hear your opinion of the leads. We're stuck. CRM, you're going to have to use technology to hold all this, AI to use all this. It's never been easier. Social media is a great way to generate lead activity, okay? I could have all this activity coming in. By the way, let me just give you a little hint here. I probably actually only do 0.001%. Because we get hundreds of millions of people to see our information every year. So there's different leads, right? There's a lead that hits a page, and then there's a lead that hits my Instagram that nobody counts. And the LinkedIn, nobody counts. And the Facebook, nobody counts. And the X, nobody counts because my team just can't count it all. So we're probably 164 million people see my information every year. Could get worse than that. It doesn't matter, dude. Am I growing the top line of the company? That's what matters, okay? So remember, when you're managing this lead activity, remember there's a wheel. I shared with you the wheel. How many of you know the parts of the wheel that I shared with you earlier? Okay? Lead management. Know the 1% rule. Stuck, guys. Nurturing leads, okay? Unstuck now. You got to nurture that lead, okay? If 1% or 2% are closing, imagine I have a 1 in 99. I have 1% close and a 99% no close. It's not that they're not qualified if they hadn't closed yet, okay? Who's going to manage that activity? Because trust me, this right here, well, let me ask you something. I got a 1 and I got a 99. I hit 100 people and 1 person bought, okay? Where's the best opportunity? $100, who knows where the best opportunity is? Whoever gets this, I owe you $100. I owe you $100 sometimes in the future. When I meet you in person, I will give it to you. Yes, okay. The best opportunity, and somebody said it, I forgot who it was, that so many people answered here, is to resell this guy something. The best opportunity is a second sale on the first guy. But the better opportunities are here. Okay, these people are going to buy. Some of your best leads, your biggest deals are in the 99. And it could be that you marketed these people too high, too low. So, Gail Perry. Gail Perry, I owe you $100. When I see you in public, come out to one of our rallies, and I see you in public, come up to me, Gail, and say, hey, I got an answer right. You guys don't try to rig me because I have an elephant memory. Gail, okay? So look, 99, 99. You come up to me, the 99, and I offer them a lower price. That doesn't work. I offer them a higher price. That doesn't work. I offer them free again. That doesn't work. I offer them to invest in my business, and that works. You're like, what? I quit trying to sell them something. That's not working. And I said, hey, would you invest with me in the business? Okay, I did this. We stumbled onto this concept. We started allowing people to invest in my real estate investments about 6 years ago. We had a guy give me $400,000 the first time I opened my investments up, and he had been following me for 20 years and never bought anything from me. He'd been on our email list for 19 years or something. I pitched him everything we had, including face-to-face, and he never bought a product from me. I just had him on the wrong product. He wanted to be an investor, not a consumer, okay? So you got to stay relevant with these people. When you're not pitching or something, stay relevant. 4, you got to have a management program and a strategy to collect all this. This is not easy. This gets very organizational. This is something outside my bandwidth. I don't want to do this. There's technology that does it. You got to continue to nurture this group for buying and this group that hasn't bought. When these people start popping in, he's got to be nurtured different. When this guy says, I'm going higher, he's got to be nurtured different. He bought a $100,000 product. This guy bought a $297 product, and this guy invested 400 grand. These are different messages for these people. All right? Okay. What are you going to do here? Now we're going to start selling these people. How do I sell them? How do I create revenue? How does the lead actually generate revenue? And revenue, by the way, if you don't like sales, you don't like revenue. So all you guys out there are like, I don't like sales. I don't like being in sales. You got to stop this. It's like saying, I don't like oxygen. Okay, I don't like family. I don't like love. Okay, I don't like help. Dude, you have to make sales. These leads are going to convert to a sale. And this is when, in the first time, that you actually help your customer. When they actually buy something from you. When this guy did the 100, and this guy did 400, and this guy did the 297, this is the first time I've actually helped someone. So, by the way, let me just take a moment to congratulate everybody that took advantage of grantcardone.com/go. grantcardone.com/go. All of you that said, I want to do this with Grant and his team, and you join me, and we start Tuesday, and then in 30 days, every Tuesday we support you. The first 100 got to take advantage of the call, and then in 4 weeks, or 3.5 weeks, in 28 days, we're going to do 2 more days with you where we actually slow all this down and go deep on it. Now I can really help you, okay? Because now there's a relationship happening. I gave something to you, you gave me something back, and now we can continue this. You guys want to write this down. Until a person becomes a customer and transacts with you and gives you back what you've given them, only then can you actually help a customer. All these other people that I'm not closing, these 99, I've not helped them until I close them. And they come inside the ecosystem and they say, I want to trade with you. It's reciprocal trade. Okay? So for all of you that took advantage of grantcardone.com/go, let me just tell you what I gave you. You didn't even know what I gave you. I gave you our $3,000 finance course. Okay? You own this for life. It's what do you get? Where do you get more money? What do you do with the money once you get it? How do you invest it? How do you start creating passive flows of income? What do you spend on advertising, on marketing? What should your expenses look like? When should you use debt? How long is this? Is this
3 hours?
3 hours long. Fantastic. Okay? You got enough time to listen to this between now and Tuesday. Okay? The 7-figure coaching calls, we're going to do 8 of those with you.
4.
No, 4. Yeah, because we only have 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. We're going to do 4 of those with you over the next 4 weeks so that we can set you up for the 2-day live event.
Virtual.
Live, virtual. Everybody gets a front row seat. By the way, there's probably going to be a dozen people that pay $15,000 each to come into our offices and actually watch it live. And I'm going to give this to you as part of this grantcardone.com/go opportunity to make 2025 your $1 million year or another million. Or look, if you can think bigger than that, let's go to $10 million. I am totally fine with that. I like the bigger stories better anyway, okay? So if you want to join me, grantcardone.com/go, grantcardone.com/go. I'm going to take this down in about 30 minutes.
Let's show them. Okay.
grantcardone.com/go. We're going to take this down in 30 minutes. I'm going to take this thing that I'm doing today. We're going to repackage it, rebundle it, and we're going to offer this for $3,000. So this is a way for you guys to save yourselves $2,700. Take advantage of this. Get started today. Get a free phone call. Do we have any left?
A few, yeah.
We can take a few more phone calls. grantcardone.com/go. So you can get on a call with a private. With one of our coaches today, and we can find out where you're at, what you're trying to accomplish, where you're trying to go, what your blocks are, what your liabilities and your assets are, and we can start putting together a customized program for you. So in 3 days, in 3 weeks, what, Johnny?
No, go ahead. I'm just trying to show them a video of the.
Yeah, I want to show you guys a video here in a second. In 3 days, we're going to do our first call, and then every Tuesday we do a call, and then at the end of that, we're going to do 2 days. It gives you enough time to carve those 2 days out where we're going to spend time with you, about 10 hours where you have a front row seat. Johnny, show them what they're going to do.
You got to learn from somebody that's done something remarkable.
When we first started with Grant Cardone, we were a little over $300,000 a month. Last month we did $1.8 million. Before I was making $13 an hour. Now I've done $80,000 in sales.
Being able to just spit out, this is what Grant says, or this is what Grant would do, has been completely life-changing.
I was maybe making like $40,000, $50,000 a year. Has gone up to like $200,000 a year.
My business was making around $300K, and right now it's up to $2 million.
Making about $80,000 Canadian a year. I'm on target to double what I've made.
Thank you so much, Grant Cardone. Thanks for changing my life.
If you're a business owner and you don't know who Grant Cardone is, you're missing out.
And then also we have some people, are they ready?
Yeah, let me just.
Okay. I want to actually have some people that have done this with us maybe answer some questions that you have going on in your mind. Because I'm giving you a lot of information. We've been here 90 minutes. Okay, I've given you information like leads, convert, they all become sales. Until a sale is made, you don't really have a customer and you don't have reciprocation. You got to define, you need to have a very consistent sales process that's defined. Like, do you guys even know what your sales process is? Do you have a sales process? Guy calls in, how do I answer the phone? Then what do I ask him to do? When do I qualify him? When do I pitch my deal? Most of you have it all, it's all jumbled up. Nobody even knows what they're doing. I'm going to show you a 5-step sales process that I guarantee you will take your conversions from wherever you are right now. You could get 10 times the penetration. I'm also going to show you and prove to you why all leads are buyers and why you could spend more time in your advertising in order to accomplish that. Look, selling is the lifeblood of your organization, and It is only secondary to the lead, okay? But we got to get the leads, right? All right? Okay, now, what are you going to do to manage the revenue? You got some money coming in now. This is basically what's happening. I want people in when you have them, so I can't, I have no way to guess
We got John Manning.
if
loaded
this is
and ready
happening or
for
not.
you.
Yeah.
Huh?
John Manning.
Okay. So what's happening right now? Let's say I had an idea, I'm marketing the idea, and $10 million comes in. Now, what I'm going to do with this money? You got to start managing money, folks. Look, there's so much stupidity and financial illiteracy, incompetence, and indoctrination around money. You guys are getting money and blowing it, right? This is where we want to start creating passive income and tax write-offs. This is what the rich do. I get some dough. I go from 0 to 10 million. All the ball players know how to do this. The artist, the rapper, you guys that get rich quick. Y'all get rich quick and you get broke faster. You end up having one moment of richness and then you blow it. This is my superpower right here, okay? I know you guys think the idea, Grant's a big thinker, Grant knows how to market, Grant knows how to sell. But dude, this is where the party gets really fun, where you start using money to produce more money, and then we scale this activity is our next step. This is what your system looks like. Idea, marketing, sales, if I can find it. I'm basically crushing it down to fewer points. Then I start getting passive income or other businesses over here floating me more money, okay? How do you manage the revenue? How do you manage the team? How do you manage the sale? How are you always recruiting to continue to expand this? And how do you recruit more leads all the time? How are you hiring for salespeople and for management people and for upper level people? I'm giving you notes right now. Hopefully you're taking them. How do you consistently develop this sales team? These guys right here, how are you developing them so they don't get satisfied at 10 million? Look, if you get happy with your 100 grand or your million or your 10 million, guess what's going to happen to your team? You're not showing up for work. You're coming in late. They don't see you anymore. They get satisfied. You get satisfied. Guess what? They start acting satisfied. That's a leadership problem. How does your compensation on this team work? What are you paying these people? They get something now. They get something later. They get a bonus. They get a fix. They get how would you like to figure that out? Many of your compensation programs are just broken. All right. How do you onboard people when they come on so that they actually have the right attitude and get from day one, they start activating? How many people do we have making 300 grand a year that work for us?
24.
We have 24 people that work.
Of our 60 salespeople.
1/3 of our 60 salespeople make over 300 grand a year. Okay. And then what's that onboarding piece that we have? I want to give everybody that.
The 90-day onboarding?
Everybody that takes advantage of this today, I want to give you, in addition, everybody's taking advantage of this. Do you have something that we can show them what it looks like? Or not really?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't have it to show you, but I'm going to give it to you, so don't worry about it. I'm going to give you something we use internally to onboard our sales staff, okay? For everybody here, actually, I want to give you two things. I want to give you the profit calculator, okay? No, I want to give you the onboarding. Okay, I want to give you the onboarding. I don't want to overload you guys. I'm going to give you the onboarding for everybody that already took advantage of this to show you how we onboard our staff so that I have 60 salespeople producing. That 60 salespeople will produce this year $150 million worth of revenue. So I'm going to give that to everybody that took advantage of this. Congratulations, grantcardone.com/go. grantcardone.com/go. I'm going to give you our onboarding program, okay? All right, now how do you scale this activity? Okay, how do you scale? Scaling is a science, okay? Scaling is mandatory. Scaling is an organized expansion activity that requires everybody to think about more, not less, and definitely not the same. Scaling, it requires planning and budgets, okay? Much more organizational here, and a streamlining of the organizations and a knitting. People are like, how do you get so much done, dude? Because everything fits for me. Scaling is your only way to exit your job. Okay, how can I scale? Scaling is this. I leave my job in Miami that's running the company and I come over here and do this new activity. I'm going to leave a void. Somebody's got to fill that void, okay? And so the business doesn't get cracked. I'm not coming to do this activity so that one gets hurt. Most of you cannot move to another activity right now. You lose all your business because you don't have good people around you. You don't have authority around you, and you don't have the demand on the organization to say, bro, don't use this as an excuse to let things leak out, okay? Scaling is essential. Now, many of you, what'll happen is, there's two things going on here. There's scaling from 0 to $1 million. And then there's a different level of scaling where we're going to start our scaling where, Jared? This zero
to 200K.
200.
200 to 400K.
400.
600K.
600.
800.
And up to $1 million. Okay. These are all different things happening right here. You're becoming a different person in each one of these. When you're taking a business and you're scaling, okay, it's going to change again. In fact, I want to show you guys a graph. My partner at Cardone Ventures teaches this, where we have 7 different break points between 0 and $125 million. He actually implements this in your company. This is a $40,000 sign up. If you're interested, when you're on the phone with one of our trainers, they can give you more information on it. But we're basically taking a company from, give me those, Jared. Give me those levels.
Yeah, so it's from 1 to 3 million.
We got 1 to 3 million. So once we get here, we start using this other break points.
3 to 8.
3 to 8.
8 to 15.
8 to 15.
15 to 25.
And there's ways, by the way, to 25.
25 to 45.
45.
45 to 75.
Okay, and I'm running out of room. Yeah. All right, but you get the point, okay? All this, you're doing something different in each one of these. You're focused on something different. There's also a way to do this where you actually buy the skip. Okay, like I bought the skip. Okay, I didn't move through these. I skipped these. How do you do that? Remember this right here? Right here. In the financial planning, if you guys want to skip, I don't want, dude, I remember I lived in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We'd skip rocks. Okay, you can throw a rock, it goes in, it goes straight down. You can skip the rock, that thing could go 300 yards, skip it. Okay, what I want to do is skip. I taught my kids this. Hey, you learn to count, you get the basics in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you skip to 100. Now, I didn't learn that in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Everything was hard work. Do this first, and then do this, and then do this, and then add a little bit, and don't grow too fast. Bro, you want to skip. And the way to skip, the way the rich skip, is they invest money. You guys have to learn how to invest money and use money to skip. When I was 31 years old, I was taking my little sales business, and I was investing money quietly in real estate. I made $5 million on one real estate deal right here. $5 million. Okay, and this is what I want to do for everybody. Anybody here that's interested in learning this, and that you've already signed up at grantcardone.com/go, I'm going to give you for free, in addition to the accountability, the onboarding, I'm going to give you a real estate course that we're doing. When is that? The next one we do, I'm going to give you the live training that we do that you can come to, and I'm going to show you. Well, let's just make sure they're all on the list, okay, Jared? Yeah. They're all on the list for the next live. I think it's sometimes next month, okay? I'm going to give this to you for free, sign you up, make sure you get registered for it, and I'm going to show you how I built $1 billion real estate portfolio with no money and no credit, okay? So why do you want to know how to do that? Let's say you're in the plumbing business over here. You're in the plumbing business, or you're in the dental business, or you're in the insurance business, or you're selling real estate. Guess what? You want to use real estate over here to start creating passive income and big tax write-offs for you. So I want to give you that. I'm like, congratulations for everybody that came today. 2025 is going to be a great year. We got a new president in there. This guy's all about expansion. This guy's about 10X. He's about make America great again. Even if you didn't vote for him, you should get in line to take advantage of this, because guess what? Donald Trump loves real estate, and Donald Trump hates taxes. So I'm going to show you how he and some other people in this country, Donald Bren, the guy that built the property that I'm in right now, have created some massive fortunes. First using their main business to then invest in the real estate business, okay? All right.
You want to talk to John?
Let's talk to John. I want to share with you some people that have worked with this. John, how you doing today, man?
Grant, how you doing, man?
John, where are you today?
Well, today I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, but I live in West Palm Beach.
Okay, hey, John, tell me, is it cold up in Cleveland?
Freezing. You don't want to come up here.
Yeah, I'm not. Hey, John, so when you got involved with us, John, what were you doing? What were you at?
When I first got involved with you guys years ago, my company was doing around $890,000 a year.
Yeah, so you were successful. You're doing 70 grand a month. What's your business?
Sales company. We hire sales agents to represent other companies.
Oh, good. So you're an outbound, or you're a recruiting company.
Yeah. Door-to-door sales guys and B2B sales guys.
Got it. And then what's your company doing now?
Right now, we are on pace this year to do around $10 million this year.
So almost 12x.
Yeah. But that's because of you. To be honest with you, your community is the reason why my business went to $1 million for sure. It's 100%.
Yeah. So John, what changed for you first? I mean, like you were already successful. You're making 800 grand a year. Most people never get to those kind of numbers. And were you not satisfied? What were you looking for when you found me? And then what was the first thing to help you?
I don't know if I was successful. I mean, I think, amongst the people that I know that don't make money, I was successful. But, when I went into your community, I realized I had a lot more work to do. And watching how you literally broke down the numbers on how to scale, I went back to my office and I did the exact same thing and went to 3.2. My thing is I come to you every year to all your events that I can come to because my business just grows every time. And, sometimes you might get into a point where you might feel like your business is stuck. And then I get into your environment. I will see you talk about something bigger. You weren't talking the numbers that you're talking today 8 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So you're always growing yourself, which then gives me room to always grow myself.
Yeah.
Also.
So 8 years ago, what was I doing? Do you remember?
Well, it wasn't what it is today. Today you're a $1 billion man now.
Yeah.
But when I first met you, I remember you were scaling to that 100 million, and
Right.
you were talking a lot more about that, and now you're $1 billion.
And this is, I think, really important what John's saying, because what I'm doing, I am an educator, okay, but I am also a practitioner. And what we're sharing with you guys is, and Jared will tell you, Jared's been with me 15 years, okay? Like I'm always changing the material. Like, no, that's not what we do anymore. We do this now. Like, I want you guys to always have exactly what we found out last week. Like this thing I'm doing on these rallies right now. This isn't something I did 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. I'm doing it today. And I'm sharing with you in real time. This is the problems. This is the challenges. This is the mistakes. This is the loophole, bro. This is the hack. And John, man, I really, first of all, value that you trusted me to help you, and that you were ambitious enough to even, want help and then allow me to help you. But mostly the fact that you've done what you are, bro, it makes me feel like I have somehow made a contribution to another person that I didn't know until we offered this to you. So thank you for letting me help you.
Yeah, Grant, you changed my life, man. And being involved with your programs and coming to your events, literally, I'm able to take care of my loved ones in ways that I never would have thought I would have done it. So, thank you, man. Shout out to you.
Like, how's your life changed? How do you?
My son to Switzerland for 2 weeks last year. He's traveled around the world with me. I live right on the beach now. In West Palm Beach. Yeah, man, lifestyle is definitely a lot better, helping people out in a lot more better ways. And like I tell everybody, I was gonna do well in business because I already had that mindset to do well, but I would have not been making millions of dollars if I did not plug into your system. So
fantastic, man. Can't wait to see you next time. All right.
Yeah, GrowthCon.
Thank you. Oh, good. See you there. And I think we have Richard up.
Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. Rachel, what's up, Rachel? Can you write him down? Rachel, how you doing?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good. I'm doing great. Where are you today?
I'm out of Northern Virginia.
Okay. Cool.
So it's freezing and cold and snowy.
Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful here right now. It's unbelievable. So Rachel, what what happened for you? Like when did you get turned on to what we're doing, and then how were you doing at the time?
Yeah, so I first started following you on your podcast and some of what you're doing on social, gosh, I guess 4 years ago, but I got really actively involved with a webinar similar to this. And at the time, I was with a business that was maybe doing I was a solopreneur doing $200,000 a year. And then I joined your mentoring program. And so I worked with my mentor. We actually exited that business because it wasn't the right vehicle. Found me some strategic business partners, and then within 13 months, we're now doing over $1 million. So
you went. That's 5x.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, and then why were you not happy with the 200 grand? I mean, you're a $200,000. You're a woman. That's the top of the. You're hitting at the top of the. No, not to be sexist, but a woman making 200 grand a year in this. You're talking about the top 1%. So why were you not satisfied?
I didn't think I was able to help enough people with that. I couldn't, with that $200,000, I could pretty much employ myself or maybe one more and still make a comfortable wage. But I wanted to help more people than that. That didn't.
And in addition to the business making 5 times more money, how many more customers are you able to help now?
Oh, tons.
Is it more than 5 times?
More than 5 times, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's in I've now added at least 10 more employees and contractors and stuff that we can able to help.
So not only have you helped more people, but you're also hiring more vendors around you and more other partners that you're extending your services to.
Yeah. It's been amazing.
What's been the fun part, the benefit? Like, is there something that, like, how has life changed for you?
Well, one of the really cool things, next week, we're taking everyone on a cruise. So I get to take my entire company on a cruise. And, my business partners and I, that was one of the decisions we made for how well we did in the first 12 months. So we're going to celebrate all together.
Where are you going?
Really looking forward.
Where's your cruise?
We're going to the Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So get away from the snow for a little bit, go celebrate. Everyone's worked hard and they deserve to.
How many people are you bringing on the cruise?
We're bringing families too, so it's going to end up being a group of 24.
Oh, that's great, Rachel.
Yeah. Really
How much does that cost? How much does that trip cost?
Not too bad, actually. The cruise saved us a lot of money than just like the on-site. You know, when you put everyone on a boat and lots included, it was not too bad. It's only about $50,000, I think.
Yeah, but that would have been 25% of all your revenue.
Yes, that is true.
And you probably didn't even have those people to bring with you back then. So
no, definitely not. So we're really excited.
Thank you. Hey, thank you.
And honestly, you guys, you've provided us all the skills and the system.
Well, good. So what's the next target for you? Where are we going to take you from where you are right now?
Right now, we are aiming to close the year. My business partners will say with 3. I'm pushing them to 5 to 10. So we'll see how this goes.
Let's go. You can do the 5 to 10. I like the 10 better too.
I know we can.
I know you
really
can.
do too.
But you guys got to quit making sense of these other smaller numbers.
I know. Well, okay. I will convert them slowly but surely, Grant.
I love it. I love it. Maybe we'll get a call with them. I'll give you like a 5-minute call with these guys and get them off this small thinking.
Love that. I would love that.
I'll do it. I'll commit to it right now. Thank you so much, Rachel. Let's go to Sylvain. Sylvain's on the call with us. I want to know what happened. Am I pronouncing it right, Sylvain?
Yes, Sylvain.
Yeah, where are you today?
I'm in New Brunswick, Canada.
Okay,
Mountain.
Awesome, man. Are you guys going to become the 51st state?
No, I'm not going to, it's a public place. I'm not going to play on this one.
Yeah, okay. But you would, I can tell that you're not against it completely.
Will not say any. No, I think can be a problematic subject at the moment. But yeah, I think Canada needs to grow on the business side.
Yeah, okay, no problem, man. Either way, we want you to do great. I love the Canadian people. I started my career in Canada. I spent the first probably 2 years just
pounding from Victoria Island all the way to Nova Scotia, and been where you live many times. Where were you when you first got started with us?
I was at 35K a month. Had a hard time to wrap my head around growth, and be able to develop my leads and nurture them and be able to grow other practitioners. I'm in the wellness industry, and I make money when I send people to my team, and I had a hard time to grow because I have a hard time to bring more people in. And now we doubled from just a year. We did 100% in just 1 year. And I'm planning to
you went from 420 to 800 in a year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. What's that allowed you to do differently?
Nurturing lead, grow my business, and have the confidence to, because I bring therapists, and at the same time I need to bring them work. My job is to feed them, but I was not really sure how can I bring therapists if I can't bring people in. But now that I know how to bring people in, it's way easier. I'm not ready to say, okay, let's hire someone else, because I know I can feed these people and make them grow and grow my business at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to bring new technology. We are switching from pain clinic to pain and longevity, and we are going to work with 10x Health soon. And it's really growing, be able to develop the business way easier.
Well, good, man. Let's get you to, I can't wait till we got you at 800,000 a month.
I'm planning to that.
And you're in the right space, by the way. That space, you can do that. I mean, this longevity space and healthcare space, there's plenty of people that will pay. So I look forward to helping you. Thank you so much for being here. So we have Cleveland.
I will see you at the GrowthConf.
We have West Palm Beach, Cleveland. Where was Rachel from?
New Brunswick. She was from.
I forget now. But New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Yeah, New Brunswick. Yeah. And how about Zach? Is Zach in? Is Zach on the live call? Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Howdy, Uncle G. Good to see you, man.
Good, man. Good. Where are you?
We're in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Okay. Well, these are all different parts of the world. I'm in California today. You're in Connecticut. We got people from all over the world. Canada's here. Zach, when you got started with us, what were you doing?
Man, my first interactive was in 2022, watching in the car from the side of the road. We had a $30,000 a year side business.
And what is that business doing today?
We're going to clear 1.4 million this year.
You're going to net 1.4.
We're going to, yep.
Dude, that's fantastic. So when you came, now, Zach, when you came, what were you looking for? You're sitting on the side of the road, watching this on your phone, and what were you looking for? Inspiration, motivation, leadership, strategy, sales, marketing? What were you looking for?
No, I had all the inspiration. I needed sales. I knew I needed to learn sales. I'd never heard of you before. I asked around. Your name kept coming up. And that was really the biggest thing, is learning how to run a sales cycle, close deals. It's been amazing to learn this. It's been life-changing, man. So that was really what started us.
And bro, you went from making $30,000 a year, that's $2,500 a month, to making $120,000 a month, $30,000 a month. He went from making 30 grand a year to 30,000 a month. This is exactly what I told you guys, right? Yeah, 30,000 a month,
No.
30 or 40,000 a month.
No, 40,000 a month. He's at 1.2 million.
Yeah, so
40,000 a month is 480.
No, a week though. How much is that a week? He went from making 30 grand a year to $25,000 a week. Okay, and this is what I tell.
From what we would make in a year to closing that in one call now. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, how much of that has been adding inventory to your pricing and getting your prices higher with more margin?
100%, man. We joined up with you. We did the mentorship, and honestly, you gave us the advice, like, target who that audience is that it could afford the services that we do.
Yeah.
The prices have gone up dramatically. We've 10x'd our prices, more than that. And a little bit of broadening it, but really just bringing more and more value has been what it is.
Man, look, I appreciate you being successful, buddy. That is such a great story. So many great stories. Zach, thank you so much. Rachel, thank you. Sylvain, thank you.
Virginia, she's from Virginia.
Yeah, she's from Virginia. That's right, the great Virginia. And everybody, John, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being successful. Look, guys, success matters. Imagine that you're spending time not just with me, but you're spending it with John and Rachel and Zach. Okay, and Sylvain, and they're sharing their experiences, whether it's healthcare or sales or recruiting or whatever the business is, man. They all have, all these businesses, other businesses can actually help you with your business, even though it's not in your industry. Okay, so what did we talk about today? Because we covered a lot of information. You've seen that other people can do this. This is just not a Grant Cardone phenomenon. Okay, this has very little to do with me, by the way. Everybody that you saw that came up today, in addition to myself, they're in a different business, okay? They're in a different business. They're in a different industry. Did I mess it up, Johnny? No. Because I'm going over here. I thought it was, okay. And they're doing different things. It doesn't matter, okay? Everybody came in at a different place. I told you guys when I started this today, I was making $3,000 a month and wanted to go to 4. That's all I wanted to do. And I got to 4,000 and said, how do I get to 5,000? I got to 5,000. How do I get to 7,000? Now what do I do with my money? Now that I get a little more successful. Now, the biggest thing here is that you have to want to do more than you're doing. I would expect and want to congratulate everybody in the room. Show me the number of what's in here right now. I would expect and congratulate everybody in the room that you guys are simply just not satisfied. That is a good thing. Don't be satisfied. Want more. I'd also like to welcome and offer you the opportunity to join us in mastering the 10X Sales Interactive opportunity that we provided for you, okay? This is what I want to do, and we're going to take this down today. After this, I'm going to open this up some Q&A. I want to do Q&A on the topic of the opportunity. What we're going to do for the next 4 weeks, every Tuesday, we're going to do a private Q&A call with you and our team. There's a private, secure group of people in a networking group that we give you access to so you can actually network with other people and talk about what's working and what's not working for them. Also, I'm going to give you a 2-day fully interactive 10-hour training course 4 weeks from right now,
live.
3.5 weeks.
Yeah, live virtual.
Live virtual. You don't have to travel anywhere. There will be a dozen people in the room that pay $15,000 for this, and I'm giving it to you, okay? 12 people are going to travel from around the country. They're going to come in. They'll be in the room. We're going to be talking to them about their business, and I'm going to take you through the same information I'm going to take them, but they pay $15,000 a person to be there. I'm giving you this. Literally giving it. I'm going to give you the 2 days. I'm going to give you the networking group. I'm going to give you a strategy call. If you haven't taken advantage of it, call the office right now, okay? After you register grantcardone.com/go, you're going to get an immediate warning that, hey, we can do a strategy call with you right now, or you can just call the office right now. The phone number's
800-310-777-0255.
310-777-0255. Somebody will answer the phone in the first half ring, and we will get your questions answered. It's $297 to register, and I'm going to do this for everybody in the store, okay? In addition to the $297, I'm going to give you a credit at our store for $297, okay? I'm going to give you a credit for $297 at the store. I'm going to give you the money and finance course. I'm going to give you the one-on-one strategy call. I'm going to give you the private networking group for $297. I'm going to give all this to you, and when you register, I'm going to give you a credit of $297 at our store. That's insane, which means you actually paid nothing. Okay, you're going to put $297 in your credit card. We're going to download the money and finance program for you. We're going to get a scheduled call with you, and then I'm going to automatically give you a credit at our store for $297. You can use it for anything you want to use it for. Okay, you can use it for a 10X growth conference seat, a sales and marketing workshop. You could use it for against a 10x 360. You could use it for platforming. You can use it for anything that we sell in our store. You can use it for any of our real estate courses. Whatever you want to use it for, you can use it for. You can use it for merch.
Hats, swag, yeah.
All right. Also, I'm going to give you 100% risk-free. If you're not fully satisfied with the event, we will refund 100% of your money. So there's nothing for you to risk. Look, if this is the right time in your life, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of the flat line, no more income, it's just flatlined. If you've been trying to get more money and you just keep not getting more money, if you don't know how to invest the money you have, join me for this opportunity. We got a new president, new economy. This guy's very optimistic. Okay, I'm going to be sharing with you. Also, by the way, I said I'm going to give you that real estate training that I'm going to be doing in just a couple of weeks, free, and I'm going to give you our
the 90-day onboarding.
The 90-day onboarding, how to bring on new people at your company and get them going. Like thinking positive like the people that you heard from today, okay? This is a 100% risk-free opportunity, guys. I've had so many people benefit from our program, okay? So many, millions of people, okay? Allison Greger did unbelievable things with our program.
From 11.6 million to 15.2 million.
$4 million increase in our business, okay? Matthew Phillips.
Went from 1 million to 1.275 million in less than a year.
He picked up 30% more revenue, okay? We have William Ford.
He went from 30,000 in sales in his first year in business to $140,000 in 3 months.
Okay, that's 5x, but he compressed time. So that's like really like 200x, right? No, it's 20x.
Yeah.
20x. Robert Fisher.
Went from 500K to 620K in 1 year.
Not Fisher, Finger. Why am I calling him Finger? The Finger Man, okay? What did he do?
He went from 500K to 620 in 1 year.
Not huge, 60% increase in 1 year. If you had a stock that went up 60%, what would you say? How about Tina Scott, Jared?
Yeah, she went from 120K a year to 225K a year.
Okay, now look, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, these are unusual people. Not everybody had that experience, but let me just tell you the reviews, the number of your reviews we've had for this program and this opportunity. How many people wrote a review on this?
4,587.
Okay, gave this a 5-star review with 4,500 that have been through this program, which is a massive, unbelievable review. So what are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna do? Today, you got a bunch of information today. Okay, right now, this information, I don't know if we have the jumbled mind picture, okay?
Yeah, give us a minute.
Yeah, right now, what are you going to, the issue is, what do you do now?
It's in the Business Summit deck.
We don't.
Okay.
The question is now, what do you do now? Do you like, okay, I just got a bunch of information, I spent 2 hours with Grant Cardone, and now what? Okay, if you're like me, I'm like, maybe like that. That's a nose, okay? And I'm like, I want to do more, okay? Where do I start? Okay, so this is what happens. What next? Okay, what first? Who? Like, do I contact first? Who do I talk to first? What do I do first? So it's going to be what next, what's first, what's last, what's important, what's the order? I don't know. Guess what? You don't know? You won't do anything. Okay? People that don't know, don't move. You're not going to move. You're not going to do anything. Is this about sales? Is it about marketing, execution, scaling, advertising, landing pages, websites? Or are you going to do this? You're one of those guys that are doers. You're a doer. You do, and you basically go into mystery. I got to go do something. Or you're a doer. There's about the only two things you're going to do is this. You're going to go into mystery, and mystery always means nothing. If you don't know, you don't do. Now, there's this other dude. This is me down here. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Okay? Now, this gets sloppy right here. Okay? This guy right here is a sloppy dude or a sloppy chick. Or, boom, you hit it right out of the park the first time because you're just swinging bats and you're hitting stuff. Like, I'm just going to start doing stuff, and you kill it. But just understand, when you go do it by yourself and you don't know what you're doing yet, The likely situation is you're going to do something, break something, and then you're going to go back to mystery. So you're going to be in this ping pong match. Okay, I'm going to take action right now, but you really don't know. Don't go by yourself, folks. You could, but you could kill a lot of stuff. And if you kill a lot of stuff, hurt a lot of stuff, screw up a lot of stuff, and then you're starting to tiptoe, you're going back to mystery again. You go back to mystery, you're back to nothing. Okay? There is in life, okay, there is either you know what you're doing or there's no doing. You either know it or you don't know it, okay? Okay, I'm going to ask you a question right now about something you know. Okay, I want you to look at the floor and tell me what color it is. What do you know the color of the floor is? Put the color in right now. Exactly, it's taupe, it's brown, it's a lot of brown. Blue, beige, brown. How do you know that? How do you know? And do you know for sure? And would
Bubble
you
gum, pink bubble gum.
Would you bet $1 billion on it? Okay, would you bet $1 billion? You're like, yes, I would, 100%. Yes, for sure. Why? Because you know. And that's how you need to know this material. These 7 strategies to build $1 million, 10 million, or $1 billion business. You need to know this cold like you know the color of the floor. And if you don't, you're going to get this. You're going to get it from your people, your staff, your wife, your husband, your employees, your customers. They're going to all tell you no. And guess what? If you don't know, you're going to agree with their no. Oh, the economy's bad and there's fires outside and my prices are too high and I need to add a warranty and I can't get people on contracts, and you're going to come up with all these dumb answers. They're going to cause you to shrink. 91% of all businesses in America never make it to $1 million a year. Only 9% of all companies, there's 32 million small businesses in America, 6 million startups every year. 95% of them fail within 5 years, and in the 5 years, most of them were failing the entire time. It's a tragedy that we don't teach what I just shared with you. And it'll be a tragedy if you guys don't let me spend more time with you and actually go into this so you know this. So you know this cold, like you know where your house is or your kids are. You know their names, you know their birth dates, you know your name, you know your birth date. That's how you need to know this material, folks. This is survival information I'm giving you. The most valuable survival information is how do you grow and scale your name, your brand, your money, your income, your revenue, and your investments. And I want to help you do that, okay? The website. 2 things you can do right now, okay? 2 things you can do. 3 things you can do, but you ain't going to do the 3rd one, okay? 3 things you can do right now. Number 1 is you could go register right now and let me help you. Let me be your guy for the next, not forever, for the next 4 weeks. Let me and my team work with you for 4 weeks. That's all you have to lose. There's literally no cost to you. You pay $297 on your credit card. I give you a credit for $297 in my store. And if you don't like it at the end of 30 days, bang, we'll give you the money back. No questions asked. We'll just send you the money back. Whatever.
Unless you just don't spend the credit.
Yeah, we take our credit back, okay? So if you spend the credit, if you buy the credit, you've spent it. So register. That's one thing you can do. This is the one I recommend. Register now. Congratulations, by the way, to everybody that did register already, because they were like, let's go, I'm ready to go. Second thing you can do, okay, is don't register and just write a review. Say, hey, dude, it was great, man. Give me a review, okay? Tell us more about your experience, grantcardone.com/review. I just spent 2 hours with you. It cost you $0. You had to get something out of it. If you didn't get something out of it, I don't know, write it in the review. If you got more than you thought you were going to get out of it, write it in the review. For instance, what would you guys say your 2 hours has been like, other than not long enough? Okay, Toby said it cost me more than $0. You're right, Toby. By the way, if two hours cost you more than $0, what did the last 10 or 15 or 20 years cost you?
Some people are saying, too short, keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't. Like, is it 3 hours now?
2.5.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. I told you guys it was going to be 90 minutes. So I'm going to go save California. That's what I'm going to go do next. Right now, I'm trying to help you. I'm not saying I need to save you or save your business or pretend I can do that. I'll promise you this. This isn't about me. It's about the system.
The system will save you time, money, energy, rejection, losses, lies, failures. It will save you bankruptcy, and it will put you in a position where you and your family could actually grow and expand and prosper. Look, if only half of what I'm telling you works, dude, you're going to get bigger. Okay? So number one, you could register. 2, you could just review and do nothing. Or 3, number 3, you could do both. And that's what I would appreciate, because I don't think anybody here is thinking about doing nothing. Okay? I guess the 4th thing you could do is nothing, but dude, why'd you come? Why'd you come? You can't be so smart that you're not going to be better with me than without me. Okay? I mean, let's keep it real. No matter how smart you are, you and I together working on the same project, we get smarter, we get faster, we get stronger, we get more certain. And I'll be there when you're smart and you're making a move, and I'll be like, bro, tweak that just a little bit. Okay? Everybody in life that gets great at anything has a coach. Has somebody there supporting them. I want to coach you. I want to help you. I want to support you. I'll be there for you. My team will be there for you. I have a big staff. I have 1,500 people on my staff. We got the best coaches on planet Earth that want to work with you, want to help you, want to energize you, want to get you to think bigger. So if you're one of those people and you demand that 2025 is going to be the best year you've ever had, I want to go back to the first thing I said today, the target. What's your target? I want you guys to write down, what's your new target now? 2 hours ago, we wrote the target. What's the new target for 2025? Financial target. How much total dollars on revenue this year? And I want to add something, net worth. Okay? You're going to be hearing about this in the financial series. I got a target for income and I got a target for net worth. What's your net worth target? What's your gross income target? And what's your net worth target? What's your income target? 1 million, 5 million, grow 3 million, go to 10 million. Look at these targets, $20 million, okay? And then what's your net worth target? I want a gross income of 2 million. Yeah, these are good, folks, okay? Hey, what if I help you get there? Let me help you get there. Let me help you get there. Let me help the staff get you there, okay? It costs you $279. This is tax deductible. You get to write off almost half of that. I'm going to give you a credit for $279. There is no taxes paid on the credit, and I'm going to give you a guarantee that if you're not happy, dude, I'll just give you your money back. Hey, what if you're one of the people that I could put on stage in front of 6,000 people at the 10X Growth Conference? By the way, the last thing I'm going to offer you, anybody here that can hit $10 million between now and March 19th, you're going to fly out to Las Vegas, and I'm going to put you in front of 25,000 people between the live audience in the room. This is our last 10X Growth Conference. You're going to be my guest on stage, and I'm going to actually do a Q&A with you about what you learned. So anybody that can document $10 million, or you want to go less than that? $10 million.
Yeah, huh? I mean, in what, between now and March?
Between now and March.
Yeah. 10 million, 5 million? What are you?
I'm going to take 3 of you, and we're going to bring you on stage. I need $1 million of revenue between now and and March 19th, and I'm going to bring you on stage at the 10X Growth Conference. There'll be 6,000 people in the room at the MGM Grand. Can you show them what one of our events looks like? I've had Kevin Hart there, Donald Trump, almost everybody except Dave Chappelle. Tom Brady.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, John Travolta.
John Travolta.
White,
Kevin.
Tillman
Fertitta. Kevin O'Leary. Robert Herjavec. Damon John.
Kathy Woods.
Sarah Blakely. And this year, I'm going to have some unbelievable people. But I want 3 people from this group that I'm going to bring on stage and talk about what happened. What's the date today?
The 24th.
So the 24th.
25th.
February 24th. Yeah, I have less than 45 days to do this. I have to help you in the next 45 days to get on my stage so I can show you off. And you're going to be at this event right here. Show them, Johnny.
How many of you want to reach the next level? This isn't about money. Money is code for freedom. It's going to be an unbelievable event for you, I promise you. So could you be one of those 3 people? Could you be one of those 3 people? Maybe we make 5 people. Maybe we pick out 5 people. We'll figure it out. I'm going to do 3 to 5 people. I don't even know if you guys can get there. I need massive success. You got 45 days to go. I'll help you with I'll help the entire 45 days. How about this, Jared? We just do the first 30 days. They come to the live event, and then we'll do 2 more weekends of the
2 more calls.
2 more calls.
Okay.
So I'll support you between now and our 10X Growth Conference. Those seats, by the way, start at what number?
$1,000, yeah.
Those seats are $1,000. They go all the way to 20,000, and I'm going to have you, but being on stage, where you can't buy that. Nobody gets to buy that ticket. Okay, 5 people are going to come on stage from this group, and I'm going to share with you in 45 days what happened. But it needs to be explosive. Okay, I did $5 million without using my name, without using social media, without borrowing 1 penny. And I did it in a town I'd never even visited in. I had no food, no room. I didn't have a place to live, no food, no water, no shelter, nothing, not even basics. They took my phone away, man. Okay? So I need something big, and I'm going to put you on stage. Who is committed to being on that stage? Let me see it in the chat. Who's committed? Let me see a hand. If you want to be known to 6,000 people and another 25,000 people online. There'll be at least 25,000 people online. Maybe 50,000. Could be 1 million people. Okay, so good. Join me. GrantCardone.com/go. GrantCardone.com/go. Put in your credit card. We're going to set you up. We're going to get you started. You're going to start on this course, the Money and Finance course. We're going to get you a coaching call today to figure out where you're at. I want to help you. 2025 is going to be massive, folks, for me. And I'm hoping it's going to be massive for you. And I know you guys want it to be great. And everybody says, oh, this is going to be the big year. But the truth is, if you don't come up with new ideas, new strategies, new people around you, new accountability, new leadership, if you don't do something new, it's going to be just like it was last year or worse. Okay? Get off the flat line, get off the down line. Let's go get you some slope. Let's put some slope in your income, some slope in your passive income, slope in your net worth. Let's get this thing growing and going. You know, this is the opportunity. This is the moment, and I want to help you. GrantCardone.com/go. GrantCardone.com/go. Jared, do you want to answer a few questions here?
Yeah, let's take a few questions.
If we can, if you have a question, raise your hand. We'll do our best to bring you up.
We're going to go from the VIP room, Johnny.
Go to the VIP room, raise your hand. I'm going to answer some questions right now about what needs to happen next. Let's go to
We got Laura.
Laura, how you doing? Hey, Laura. Laura, how you doing?
Good. My question is, how can I be your friend? I'm 17. I know that to become like you, I need to surround myself with the right people.
Yeah.
So my question is, how can I be your friend?
Well, the first thing you could do is register, get involved in this, and let's become business partners. Let me help you grow your business. Right? So the best way, guys, in my life, I'm looking for people that are doing well. And it's a great question. I want more friends. I want friends, though, that are succeeding in life. Right? You know, we got to get you in a place where you're winning as well. What's your business?
Personal branding. I'm not studying right now because I want to do so excellent my service. So I'm not doing that. I want to invest first and know how to do it good, but that's my service.
Yeah, good. Well, I look forward to having you, working with you in our Go program, GrantCardone.com/go. Where do you live?
Miami Beach,
good.
Los Angeles.
Well, it's going to be easy for us to be friends then. Let's get you successful. Let's get you going. Okay, and let's get you winning in business. And I would just tell you, on the branding side, on the business that you have, I wouldn't wait. I would start doing it now.
All right.
You need to go now. You see, what you're going to do is you're going into that mystery phase. I need to wait. I need to learn more. No, you don't. You don't need to learn more. If you want to be my friend, you need to do more. You need to win in life. And then me and you are going to get together because we're both doing. But you don't need to wait right now.
One other thing that we're going to do is we're going to do an onboarding for everybody who took advantage of this. We're going to do an onboarding right after we finish here.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. And Jared just said we're going to do an onboarding for everybody that signed up right now and registered. We're going to actually onboard everybody about what the next step is. What was her name?
Laura.
Hey, Laura. So we're going to help you know exactly what you need to do now, today on a Saturday to get started. Thank you.
Next is Mike Bell.
Hey, Mike. How you doing? Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
What's your question, Mike?
I'm a software engineer who just started his own company. I want to offer consulting services, so I need to get some leads, get myself known, and all that sort of stuff as you just went over. So that's why I signed up, and I'm going with the Go package.
Great. Well, Mike, look, hey, welcome. Great to have you here. And you're in that software space where they don't teach people how to get attention. You're sitting there on a computer all day long. And the last thing you're doing is getting yourself known. You're just basically getting smaller every day. And so I look forward to working with you about how to get attention, how to market, how to get a lead, how to convert the lead, how to turn it into revenue. Then what do you do with the revenue once you start growing and scaling? You're going to be the perfect person for us to work with.
Nice.
Thanks, Mike.
Awesome.
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, what's up?
You're muted.
Unmute.
All right. He just needs to unmute himself.
Unmute.
There we go.
There we go. My apologies. Evening, Grant.
It's all right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Morning, whatever time of day it is over there.
Yeah, it's all right. Noon.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So accountability is something that I'm struggling with, holding myself accountable within my own company. So we're doing about, since we started in May, we've done about 480 turnover.
How much? 480.
I need to be pretty much doubling, if not trebling that by the end of this year.
Yeah. So look, you American people, where are you today?
Now in Manchester, England.
Yeah, okay. So they talk about turnover there. Turnover is gross income. So he's doing 480. You're probably netting what, $100,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100,000. Yeah. So, I mean, you're doing good for most people, right? You're doing, a lot of people will be like, oh, you're doing great. But I mean, if you can do 480 a year, you can do 480 a month.
I'd love to believe so, yeah.
Oh, I know you can, bro. I can give you the names of people that do it in your industry. You know people that do it in your industry. Like I don't even know what industry you're in, but I guarantee you're a blip.
Mm.
You're not even measurable. Nobody even knows you exist at 480 a year. So
that's right.
So the first thing I think about doing is if I can do 480 in a year, all I want to do is do 480 in a month. I'm trying to shrink everything. I'm trying to compress time. Time is, everybody knows the answer, time is money. So if I can compress the time down to weeks, hours, minutes, like I did with $1 million, you'll hit your target.
Target attention.
Target attention, leads, convert, compress, leadership. You need leadership too, folks. Like you're not doing all this without some leadership.
He froze his.
See, you're the leader. You're the leader, okay? Everybody here is a leader. Now, what are you leading people to? Are you leading them to the promised land? Or are you leading them to normal land? Or are you leading them to no man's land? No man's land is where most people are living, by the way. Most of the people in the middle, that are like, okay, they're just happy and satisfied and everything's fine. They're actually in no man's land. They're just pretending to be doing well. They just need one emergency, one problem, one devastation, one cancer event, one fire. They're just one fire from being like, oh shit, I'm homeless. We got 18,000 people in Los Angeles County that are homeless that thought they were living the life 2 weeks ago. Boom. They underplanned. They underdid. They underestimated life, nature, problems, taxes, governments, crime. You guys are underestimating, okay? My last plead with you to today. Guys, you are underestimating the problems that were going to come at you in life. When it rains, it pours. Sometimes it sleets and it snows and it hammers you. Life will beat the life out of you. And then there's a handful of people on this planet. They're like, hey, life ain't beating me, bro. Okay, I'm going to win on this planet. I'm going to expand. I'm going to flourish. I'm going to grow. You know, these trees, you're seeing homes burned to the ground and trees standing up amongst the homes. You know why? Because they're full of water. They're full of life. They have committed, the palm tree committed. If you've ever seen a palm tree coming out of a cement or a tree coming out of a bridge. Why? Because that tree is committed, man. You got to find that heart. And if you don't have it, you need to help me find your heart. Okay? And load up that thing you got going on inside of you that doesn't quit, that came here to see this today. See, I know you have it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come here. There's no way you would come here to 10x anything if you weren't already interested in 10x. You already believe in 10x because you came to 10x. Let me go see what's over there. Of course, you believe there's something here. Now, the big tragedy is that if you leave here and do nothing with me, you're going to go back. Well, first of all, you're going to feel the rejection of that. Okay, you understand? You rejected you. Check this out. You guys that don't like rejection. I don't like rejection. That's why I don't like sales. I don't like rejection. You reject you. And then everybody rejects you. Because you reject you. You don't even invest in you. You quit on you before you even start. Okay? Look, there's a big oak tree inside of you, man. There's a big giant palm tree inside of you. There's life and possibility and a future. There's wealth inside of you. There's health inside of you. There's you could be doing this for thousands, tens of thousands of people. Why aren't you? Because you haven't fixed that thing right now. You haven't scaled you yet, right? So we got to make you bigger, right? We got to get you bigger. This isn't about your business bigger first. This is you right here, right? This is you sitting here like you're just, life is coming at you, hitting you. You're not really doing life. Most people aren't doing life. They're just kind of wandering around doing whatever happens. So we got to, if you want bigger money, you want more health, you want more time, you want better friends, like the young lady, she's like, I want friends. She's smart. She needs rich friends that are doing stuff. She's intelligent, right? You want a bigger network, okay? You want bigger investments, okay? Dollars, health, time, friends. You want a bigger network of business, okay? You want more opportunities. You want more investment dollars. First thing we got to do is got to get you bigger. How do you get you bigger? By staying where you're at. You cannot get bigger by yourself. What you could do is add GC. You added me. You added one of our coaches, okay? You added an event. I'm going to do the event, okay? You add a Tuesday, okay? You add the money and finance course. Boom, you're getting bigger. You can't get bigger staying by yourself. Let me help you today. Let me help you. I'm pleading with you, okay? We made this so ridiculous. We have people in the comments saying, this is ridiculous. You're dumb if you don't do that. Literally, I saw it 10 times, okay? Join me. GrantCardone.com/go. 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 Today, we're going to take the offer down in 5 minutes, so do it right now. We're going to
onboard everybody.
Onboard you right now.
So everybody who took advantage of this, you should get an email confirmation with a link. If they're not already in the VIP room, they'll have a link to come into the VIP room and we'll do the onboarding here. Veronica's going to do it.
Good. And then I want to share with you one last time what you're going to get, okay, real quick. You're going to get the 10X sales system. 10X sales system, which is going to include the money and finance. There's a 3-hour training course, okay, on exactly how you need to start thinking about money. Where does it come from? Where does money exist? How do I get money? Okay, how do I start doing math on my money? How do I start working out so that I have lines of streams of income? How many passive flows of income do I need? Okay, so number one, included in this, the 10X sales System Interactive is a 2-day fully interactive call Zoom call. You're going to get on your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and I'm going to spend 2 days with you live. There are going to be 12 people that pay $15,000 a person. I'm giving you that, okay? Also, I'm going to give you the 7-figure consulting call. This is completely free. This is included with this event. We're going to take this down in 4 minutes. When you join today, grantcardone.com/go, I'm going to give you that. I'm also going to give you the Money and Finance course, 3 hours. You need to start on that today because it's going to get you thinking about big money rather than little money. And I'm telling you, okay, money will not make you happy, folks. It won't. Okay, but big money is better than little money. I'm just telling you. Okay, I want big money problems, not little money problems, and I want more money, not less. And if you don't like money, give it to your foundation. Help some kids out. There's plenty of people that need money, and you're not going to make any real change if you don't have it. We're going to do a one-on-one strategy call with you. That's priceless, so we can figure out where you're at and what you're doing. We're going to give you interactive networking group access to.
Yeah, so it's basically our community of business owners. There's already a few thousand people that are in that group that are part of other programs. And so they'll have the opportunity to access that group for the next 6 weeks now.
Yeah, 6 weeks. I extended that 6 weeks.
So that they can get connected with other people.
10X Sales System Interactive. How to get a lead, convert a lead, sell a lead, what to do with the money once I do that, how to scale that. $297 on a credit card. And then I'm going to give you a credit at my store for $297. So you're literally paying nothing for the program. And if that's not enough, I'm going to give you 100% risk-free guarantee. Also, I said I'd give you the 90-day onboarding and the real estate training that I'm doing live. I just got to get the date. We'll give you the link and no problem. What is that?
It's April.
It's in April. So the next live one is in April, but I'm giving you that for free. And the last thing I said was the downloading program.
That 90-day onboarding.
And one other thing I said, 5 of you are going to be at the 10X Growth Conference on stage. And I'm going to literally interview you in front of 6,000 people. I hope you take advantage of this. GrantCardone.com/go. GrantCardone.com/go. 3 minutes, we're going to take this down. So get your credit card out. Go to GrantCardone.com/go. Put in your credit card, register, get it done, download it. I can't wait to get started working with you. Thank you so much for being here. God bless. Be great. And I'm going to say
10X California.
10X California.